That's just the THX logo.
Don't choke.
Don't choke. Oh, I choked.
He didn't say 2 or 1.
Oh,
Okay,
you
let's
don't
go. Redo.
you don't say 2 or 1.
What's
What?
up, guys?
You just don't.
How's it going?
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Well, now I feel like we don't need to have the chat up on the screen because I'm just looking at a ton of windows of all of us. You know what I mean?
I can
I
see
like
my
Sorry,
face
everybody
twice
at home, but we
and
have
Sam's face twice.
we have a
Well,
new,
they don't know what
a
you're
new
talking
layout
about.
that we're looking
Only
at.
you know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
I
Oh
know,
man,
Yeah.
I know.
the chat is saying Zach's mustache. Some say Zach's
Okay.
porn stash.
Yeah.
One's calling you a zaddy.
Zaddy, sure. Copy
Mhm.
that.
I can see that. I've had this
Um,
on a few shows already,
porn.
so my mustache is boring now.
Porn stash is such like an antiquated thing. Like
Yeah.
it's like, what porns are you watching? Usually in porns, it's like some like man boy, like
I just
Huh?
always put my
Wait,
thumb over the
sorry.
guy's
MILF.
Hold
face.
on, hang on. What, Sam?
with some MILF. It's some man boy with a MILF, or like some douche who's driving a bus.
Oh yeah, you changed the language. Man boy. I mean,
man
dude,
boy.
I'm all
You
about
ever
letting
seen that
someone
man
finish
boy
their
with
thought,
MILF thing?
but there was a long pause between man boy and the rest of it.
Have I ever seen that man boy and MILF thing? What are you talking about?
There's like the porns that are like it's one of the naughty ones, the naughty Americas or
the naughty ones.
it's like MILF Monster or something like that.
Sure.
Monster?
Where
The ones where they pretend they're steps, it's their stepson or whatever, right?
it's like
Wait, isn't
some
there-
like, hey, I'm mowing the lawn, and it's like, oh, I'm some like oversized MILF, and
Oversized MILF.
Oversized?
no,
I'm
yeah,
some
yeah.
MILF monster. What?
Oversized.
Wait, is that why they
MILF
call it
monster.
MILF monster? Because they're larger
Yeah.
women, so they're calling them monsters?
No, they're
Sam's
like
dream moment is
they're-
peppermint pissy.
I mean,
no,
hey, I
this
get
isn't
it.
my dream one. I'm aware of this.
These are
porn.
just these are the porns that the algorithm has learned
Right.
to feed you.
Zach,
I see
you-
those like I've
you
only
can't
ever
be
seen
the
those.
host of Loads and not learn a thing or two about
Loads?
the porn
Man.
that's out there.
How is Loads going? Have we hit a million
it's
views
great.
yet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's tough because they don't clock when they're on private mode, private viewing, and so I feel like we're missing out on a lot of views. But
Oh man, Loads. I've only ever seen the videos Sam's talking about in the weird fast forwarded thing they do on like banner ads on porn sites. You know what I mean? It just like fast forwards. Well, maybe you don't know what I mean because I'm a creep. But anyways, I'll stop right there.
No, keep going.
No, I
please.
mean, so they're just, you know what I mean? It's like a banner ad for whatever weird milfy
Yes,
site or
yes.
whatever, and then just like shows the action like fast forwarded. It's
right.
weird.
And then what happens
I don't-
after you
I don't
watch
know
that
about
banner
this.
ad? What happens?
Well, then I go
after?
back to just looking at like the
The
whatever
normal part
fucking
that you
boobs
watch.
I was looking at. I don't look at anything exciting.
Oh, that's sad.
Get
Timmy.
ad block, Timmy. I don't know, because if I got ad block, then I wouldn't have anything to say in this conversation. You know what I mean?
Timmy's favorite
If you-
part of porn is the ads.
yeah.
Those like milking
boy, another
devices.
ad.
Oh,
He's
boy.
like really into those.
You know what? Because I like to be an informed viewer.
Yeah.
I want to.
Uh,
He wants
Yo,
to know
if
what's
I don't see
coming
the
out
ad,
soon.
You've
yeah,
always prided yourself on being very informed.
if I block the ads, how I'm going to know what the kids are into? Now, if I run into a bunch of kids, then I can't be like, hey kids, you guys seen this cool porn? And that's how I normally approach people.
yeah.
That's horrible.
There isn't. We can't have Loads Junior as a podcast. That's not a good idea.
Oh man.
Where a kid can be a kid.
We break the
Leaving
land
this
speed
alone.
record for coming out and getting canceled.
Yeah. So yeah.
Good segue.
I
Yes,
was going to
I
say
agree.
something, and then I got distracted by a couple thoughts.
Oh
I'm just thinking about some porns.
no. Well, I'll tell the story I mentioned I wanted to tell.
Thought you were doing.
So
Yeah, everybody knew what you're doing, Sam. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah.
We
Okay,
all
I just
got it.
wanted
We
to
beat
maybe
you
that's what
there.
we were all doing.
Here's what I was thinking about. I had this thought recently. I've missed this whole OnlyFans thing. I've missed the window for this whole OnlyFans thing. Do you think the younger generation is like a generation that pays for porn because they pay for OnlyFans? Because I know like have you ever paid for a porn site?
No.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to. Which
I
one?
subscribe-
This is interesting.
Okay, so I have, especially during the pandemic, I subscribed to a couple OnlyFans of people that were like, I actually am only making money this way right now. You know what I mean? So I actually
So
did.
it was their financial situation that was the motivating
Well,
factor.
and also cool, I can see them naked. I mean, yeah, it was both. And
Okay.
they would probably be fine with that because that's what it is. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I've done that. It's been a long, like that was years ago. I haven't done it since then. But yeah.
I gotta say, it's pretty hot to know that if they don't expose themselves to you, they will starve. That's so sexy.
I think there are somewhere they don't though, right? Aren't there lots of kinds of different things going on OnlyFans? I don't even know. But so you're asking, Sam, if like the younger generations like
I feel like
pay attention to that?
subscribing to an OnlyFans is like kind of like how internet dating is for our generation, as to like for like Gen Xers, it was kind of like a taboo thing.
right.
Mm.
Well, I don't know. So
When you subscribe, do you subscribe to one person, or
Yeah.
do you subscribe to a bunch of people?
it's one person. Everybody can kind of choose what they charge, So
And
there's
you
like
have-
famous people
you
on there
have
that
to be a
search.
fan of them, right?
Well, yeah, they check your fan club ID, but no,
They quiz you.
everybody can charge whatever they want. So there's like famous people on there that charge like, $30-$50 a month. Some of them, it's
Ooh.
crazy. So
Who?
I don't
How
know,
famous are we
but
talking?
I know there was one.
Does Tom Cruise have
like
an
hot people.
OnlyFans?
No, but like there's like there is some like
Tommy Lee Jones.
Wow.
I would subscribe for 1 month just to see what it was. So what do y'all think of this?
What if you like subscribe to Tommy Lee Jones's OnlyFans and then you're like, oh, I have a new thing. Oh,
Only him. I'm straight as a horse, except for Tommy Lee Jones.
42 years on Earth, had no idea till right now.
Are you?
I knew
watching
I loved The
Batman Forever
Fugitive.
again.
I knew I loved The Fugitive. I knew I loved No Country, but now I know why. Love that coffee monologue.
I had an interesting idea. I went to a movie this week. I saw, honestly, a masterpiece. This movie, Zone of Interest, which I highly recommend. It blew
my
me
friend
away.
Bartek is the co-producer on that.
Well, tell him he's the co-producer of a masterpiece.
Is that a horror movie? I feel like I've heard of it.
No. Well,
No?
it is
It's
horrific, but it's a
It's
Holocaust.
about like a
kind
town
of thing.
or by a concentration camp.
Okay,
like
yes,
a
yes,
town
I've
on the
heard of it. Okay,
outskirts
yeah.
of a concentration camp.
But
and
I
it's
was sitting there. Okay, go ahead.
Glazer, Jonathan
Jonathan
Glazer, who
Glazer.
did Sexy Beast and
Under the
Sure.
Skin.
Birth and Under the
Oh,
Skin.
it's the same director, huh? Cool.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
But I was sitting there and I was like waiting for it to start, and I was thinking like, okay, let's say I made a movie, and in the movie, there's a close-up shot of my penis, right? And then let's say like at the premiere, right, or in the theater as that movie is airing, and let's say it's like a 10-second shot of just me and my penis, right, just close up, right?
Okay.
Now, if that's showing in the screen to the audience, and as that is happening, I run up on stage and I pull the same penis out of my pants, and I pull my penis out in front of this room of people,
Will you
Would
get
I
hard?
get-
I don't know.
would
I
I
don't
get
know if that'll
arrested
still
for
be
indecent
sexy.
exposure, even though they could barely see my in-person penis in the room, whereas there's this massive, HD rendering of it, 20 feet tall behind me, same penis. But I would probably get charged with indecent exposure because
Yeah.
I was in the room exposing myself. Isn't that interesting?
That's interesting.
Whereas if I
because
just sat quietly in my chair, nothing would happen.
Right, because by buying a ticket and going to the theater, they are basically agreeing to see whatever is on the screen.
Right. And all they're going to see on the screen is what's in my pants. It's
Exactly.
the same exact thing. There's
Yeah,
nothing
but
different going on here.
but
Well-
seeing yours would be in real life, and they did not. I guess you could. This is what I've said. They would maybe argue to charge you, or whatever. You know, they would say like, well, you know, this what you did was not part of the film, so technically, so they did not agree to seeing your dick. You know, do you think that's what they would say? I don't even know, but you know,
I think so.
that sounds like what they'd do. Yeah.
I mean,
Barbarian director Zach Greger shows weenus in front of own weenus projection.
The one thing is that the screen can't attack the people, you know.
That's
the
true.
Screen can't just like run at them.
And maybe it's like, well, their reaction. You're in real time getting their reaction to your penis. Like maybe that's the only difference here. You know, it's like
you could just advertise it as now showing in Wappo Vision.
Wappo Vision.
You might get slapped.
Here's I got a thought exercise here. All right, so say you were like you went to like some live performance, and say the group that was doing a live performance did a piece about like a massage parlor, and then like in the middle of it, one of the guys like pulls down the other guy's pants, and they start like rubbing his pee hole,
and you can see it all.
Which of those guys should be charged with a crime?
Yeah.
Well, so
apparently I was jerking him off on stage.
That's what some people say. Yo, but I can't remember who pulled whose pants off, because wouldn't it be the guy?
His pee hole.
Yeah, what do you think it is? I mean,
wouldn't it be the guy who whoever pulled his pants down? I can't remember if I did it or if Darren pulls my pants down, but wouldn't it be whoever did the literal act that exposed the penis? Wouldn't that be the person that gets in trouble?
So that's you.
Yeah, okay, well that'd be me. Yeah, okay.
You should have been charged.
So I committed a crime. Didn't we do that sketch twice too?
No,
I thought we did it twice for some reason. Okay.
I don't think so.
We should have had it that Darren pulled his pants down and went, "Whoa, boy, what a hug!" as he pulled down the pants.
I would never say anything like that.
Well, right. Also, no one
in real life, but
Darren could have said anything. He could have just screamed the N-word, and it would have gone right over the heads of everyone in that room.
Nobody would have even heard it.
Yeah.
Everyone was freaking out.
Those speakers are not on those little cameras in 2005 or whatever. Were not equipped to deal with that noise. You know, and that's funny because but you kind of bring up an interesting point, Sam, because that happens. That's happened in other comedy shows. Like, you guys remember we were backstage at UCB once, and we were part of some long show that we did a little bit, and there was other things going on. And there was this guy, we were backstage with this dude that was about to go out, and he was like totally naked and had like a swastika painted on him for some crazy sketch he was going to do. Do you remember that? And like, then he went out and he was, so like, I mean, that kind of thing would happen in sketch comedy. No, it wasn't. It wasn't him. It was some guy I didn't know.
Okay.
Maybe he was subbing in for Rocco. I don't know.
No, I mean, it just seems
it was
like
in LA though. LA UCB, not New York.
Okay.
I don't remember
that. Yeah, but so that kind of stuff happened. I mean, Sam, you're just talking about or no, I was listening to the podcast you did with Greg Johnson, Sam, where you mentioned some thing where you were naked once. So it's like
I did an intro for the midnight. This was funny. I did an intro for the midnight show, and in the intro, I came out completely naked. And
really,
Moneypenny.
I could never do that.
Completely naked, and like we like ran through the audience. There was some like premise to it. It was pretty funny, but like and it got like this crazy reaction, and it was fun. And then it was like a thing where like years later, I'd be like teaching my class, and people would be like, "Oh yeah, I was at that show," and it's like one of those things where you realize like, oh. Now it's awkward. Now it's weird. Now it's weird that there's like a power dynamic to the situation.
What do you mean?
Like, because you're the teacher?
We're the teachers, yeah.
Yeah, but they'd already seen it. It happened in the past, and they signed up for the class anyways. It's not like you went in a time machine and pulled them, in to see your penis.
Or like showed them as part of the class. Like, now we're going to watch this sketch from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I whip out my
wiener.
It still makes it awkward. I mean, this stuff like it doesn't make it less awkward.
I would have been just like, do you like what you see? Is that why you're here? Want to get a drink after?
1 to 10. Give me your rating.
Zach, I like that you don't stop Legoing
I'm
You're such a
almost done.
Lego.
What
I
are you
have
making?
two last one.
He's gonna show us.
Nice.
I mean, I'm not done with it, but this is the
bow of the or the
Titanic?
stern.
I'll
of
show
the
you
Titanic?
the hang on a
That
second.
Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wait, you've already
Yeah.
made all that. Holy shit. How many pieces is that? It's
How
got
You
many
guys hear me?
pieces?
10,000?
I think 10,000. Hang on, the box is over here.
Wow.
Dear Lord.
It's a lot.
Is this in your new house and it's like the only thing in your new house?
Oh, 9,090.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
Wow.
lot of fucking
Crazy.
Legos, man. Does it
Yeah.
come with a little Jack and Rose to put on the front? Like,
No, but that would be a good idea.
you should do that.
Yeah.
I would have loved it if you would have panned down and it was like one of those Duplos, like the big Legos that you've been putting together.
How many pieces is that boat, Zach? It's 10. It's big, Timmy. It's taken
It's
me a long
big.
time.
Yeah. You should make a little like tube thing to be the submarine that crushed with
Jim
the, with
Cameron?
the
Oh, the
millionaires in
guys,
it.
the guys. Oh,
Yeah,
the
that's
guys.
right.
Remember when like that's all anyone was talking about for 4 days?
Yeah, well, they were
What was the
super
name
rich
of that? And now I
people
can't even
who
remember the name of that ship.
died
What's it called?
foolishly.
Rich guys? LLC?
Oh yeah, the submarine or whatever.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well,
There's a
what
couple
was it called?
Billionaires, right?
It had some like it was called like the Titan. Oh, I thought it had a name that was like the Icarus or something like that. That was like kind of ironic.
That would be.
Was it
too on the
seriously
nose.
called? No, I got to find out the name now because I really hope it's Icarus.
I think the Ocean Gate Titan.
Ocean
Oh, that
Gate
is the
Titan.
name. Okay. Billionaire submarine.
Nate, can the audience hear you, or is this
No.
just us?
No, Nate's just telling us.
Okay.
So yes, it is the Ocean Gate
Oh.
built Titan submersible. Wow.
Zach, have you ever seen the German film The Golden Glove?
No.
I've heard of it.
Should I watch it?
You are welcome, sir.
Oh wow, interesting. Okay,
There's like 5 to 7 times while you're watching this film where you're gonna ask yourself, I don't know if I should watch this anymore.
I've
It's
heard
like-
it's
Really?
like fucked up, right?
It is
I
like
gotta go for a second. I'll be right back.
like the 12-minute rape scene
Don't
of
talk until I get
Irreversible.
back.
Oh god.
I do know that scene. Yes.
Yeah, I mean the whole movie is like, oh, and the part.
But I don't want to watch just a giant
I know.
rape scene.
Right.
Well,
That's
it's
why
not,
I
it's not
didn't
just
even.
one giant rape scene. It's about this serial killer who actually lived in the 70s.
Right.
The
Okay.
red
I
light
understand.
district of like Hamburg, I believe. I can't remember. And dude, it's like he just has. It's so gnarly. The crux of it is that you're watching such horrible shit like cum piss shit, like fucking awful, but it's done so well. Just like Irreversible, it's done so well. You can like smell the room that they're in. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Wow.
I
Have you
think
seen
it's-
Angst?
No, I haven't.
I've always
It's an
wanted to see
Austrian
that
film
too.
that's kind of like that.
That's basically like supposed to be the more hardcore version of Maniac, essentially, right?
Yeah, it's really brutal.
Is it American?
No, it's Austrian.
Have you guys ever seen a Serbian film? Because it's
No.
like I've heard about the scene in it. And I'm like, I don't want to watch that. And people,
Yeah.
I'll see it like
it feels like it's just a movie that's sole purpose is to be like more than you can handle.
isn't this
Like,
fucked
isn't
up,
that
bro?
fucked up?
I
Like,
know. I
still feel
hate
like-
that shit.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what kept
Human
me from
Centipede
seeing.
2.
What now? Sorry.
Human Centipede 2. It's like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Me too?
Human
isn't it-
Centipede 2, which I've not seen, is supposed to be one of the most incredibly obscene movies ever made.
But the
And
thing
it's
that
like-
interests me in seeing those is that Human Centipede 2 exists in a world where Human Centipede 1's a movie.
Right.
And Human Centipede 3, the director's actually in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that's what interests me. But you're right too. It's
Yeah.
also like, like
Yeah.
that's what kept me from seeing the Holy Mountain for so long
No
because I thought
desire
it'd be like that, and it wasn't. It was awesome, But
I don't know why. I have no desire to see it.
yeah, it's like I'd have no problem seeing something fucked up in a movie, but like for a reason, like part of the story, whatever.
I mean, if George Clooney was in it, then I would see it. But
Yeah, you'll see anything with the Clunster.
oh man,
Cell
Darren
Pro Slayer.
loves- Huh?
Nothing. Someone's asking a question.
so confused.
So my daughter's on the way back from a cruise. She went on a cruise with her mother's side of the family for her grandpa's birthday.
Yeah, I've
And-
never been on a
Good
cruise
for her.
before.
Yeah, neither have I. I've never really been interested in.
are like morally reprehensible. They are. They're like incredibly bad for you.
Yeah, yeah. And also it's like, even when you stop at a place, it's like, it doesn't feel like you're actually going anywhere. You know what I mean? It's like, my hotel can move,
Yeah.
But
if you're like 90, that's fun.
right, yeah, I'd rather just fucking like when my friend and I went to New Orleans this year, we just kind of rented a hotel room and like kind of just went out and did whatever, but so anyways, she's on her way back today, and they're flying from Florida to Denver, then back here. And their flight got delayed. Luckily, they didn't miss their connection, but their flight got delayed. And she first was like, well, my daughter's 12. She's like, there's a guy passed out and they're giving him Xanax. And I was like, weird, maybe an anxiety attack or something. But then her mom texted me and told me the whole story. The reason they had everybody leave the plane. And I was like, well, that's weird. Why didn't they just get the guy off there? Well, so what really happened is the guy started passing out and then projectile vomited everywhere. And it turned out that he wasn't necessarily had any issues. He was just like super fucking partied out from the day before. And they're like, he was like still on drugs and drunk or whatever.
So is he going to
Just
get on
like-
a no-fly list because of this?
I don't know. But and my
wonder.
daughter's super puke phobic. And so she's like, I heard that he got sick actually, but there's nothing there now. I'm like, okay, good. But like, and I was just thinking like, man, we've all flown hungover like together, before to things. I'm like, man, you got to be pretty fucking to just be sitting on a plane that's like,
Yeah, that sucks.
That's crazy.
I've never puked on a plane, I don't think, but
Neither
Jesus
have
Christ,
I.
I've been so hungover on planes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Darren, you know what it reminded me of when I was
Sam
thinking about
puked in the
this?
airport in Spain.
That's right, in his hat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know
No, he
just-
screamed into his hat and then he puked on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Darren, do you remember the end of the Flogging Molly tour? Me and you and Fatum were like hanging out in the Duluth, Minnesota airport forever before the gate opened. Do you remember that? It's like we got there at like 4 or 5 a.m. and they wouldn't let you go through till like 6:30 or something.
Okay.
And Fatum was like dancing to his ringtone that was the Freaks Come Out at Night. And Fatum's like, we're like laying on the floor next to where the gate is gonna, or the security thing is gonna open. And Fatum's like still up, because he has like unending energy. And he's just like, the freaks come out at night. It's like 4 or 5 in the morning. It's like, dude. And like, it was the last day of that tour. So we were just completely wrecked, It was like the hangover of the last 30 days was starting to happen, and like,
Wait, did Ryan O'Neal die? Oh man.
yeah.
Oh.
Just like yesterday or something. Yeah. Was he even that
Really?
old?
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess.
82.
Okay.
He's pretty old.
Up there, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Barry
fellas?
Lyndon.
That's like the one Kubrick I haven't seen. That one.
Oh, are
and,
you kidding?
I know.
Fucking amazing, dude.
I want to
Which
see
one?
it.
Well, I bet that's not the only Kubrick you haven't seen, Timmy.
No, the other one I haven't seen is the Glory one with Kirk Douglas in it.
Paths
that
of
one?
Glory. I
Paths
bet
of
you
Glory.
haven't seen 2 others.
The Killing. I've seen The Killing,
Right?
and was that one of them?
Nope.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Killer's Kiss.
Okay, I have not seen Killer's Kiss. That's right. I always forget about that one. Okay,
Mhm.
what's
And
the other
Fear
one?
and Desire.
Has anybody seen that though?
Yeah, you can stream it.
You can stream it. Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah.
then I guess there's a couple, so that's good. Since he's not making any more, it's like it's good to be able to have some to look forward to, I suppose. But anyways, yeah, the projectile vomiting.
Projectile vomiting.
Darren, what's
Yeah.
new? I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you doing?
Yeah, I know. When's the last time we did this? It's like a month.
All 4 of us? Oh, it's
Think-
been like 2 months, maybe 3. It's been a
Really?
while.
Jesus
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
December. Like I didn't even like. I just keep thinking like, holy shit, it's December because we don't have any snow yet or anything. So I just kind of keep forgetting what time it is. How's England, man?
It's good. It's good. Yeah, nothing to report really. Trying to think. I'm writing a movie. I'm writing a screenplay.
Cool.
Really?
I'm like
What's the
130,
premise?
130 pages in.
Wow.
You got to get that page count down, bro. It's too many pages.
No, man. I'm gonna end at 180.
Fuck it, man.
something like that.
250.
And I'll-
180?
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
I love
that's
that. I
actually
love that.
unacceptable.
I know. Trust me. It's first draft. I gotta
Okay.
get it all out and then fucking.
Yeah.
Who do I play in it?
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
who does
good.
Timmy play?
Timmy, you're not in it, buddy. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
No, you had to tell me right here in front of all these people. Fuck. Who's
Dude,
Sam
like, I
play?
get to decide.
Timmy, you're not in it. Hey, Darren, what's it called? It's called The Whitest Kids You Know story.
Yeah, and the
It's about
actors.
4 best friends.
It's
We gotta
Zach's
get
in it.
together
Sam's
for
in it.
another stream.
It's me, Zach, and Sam, and Dax Shepard and Eugene Merman. It'll be great. I don't really know who played me. That was just what fell off the top of my head. But yeah, who would play me? Well, that's cool, Darren. Are you having fun writing it?
Yeah. I mean, I only get the weekends really to write it, and like I spent all day today writing it. And like writing is hard to get into because sometimes I try to get into it and I just can't, and so I just walk away. And then there's times when like you get into it and you just like can't stop. Like I don't want to eat, I don't want to do anything. Sam, what's going on?
There's a very important message in the chat. Apparently, someone named BJ Honeycutt says, Darren, please take my anal virginity. So
Yeah, I saw that too, but I was going to.
I'm really glad you interrupted Darren talking about his creative process, which was very engaging to read that.
Hold on,
Sam.
butt
Good on you,
joke.
man.
I'm just gonna be quiet. I think
No,
that's
Darren. Wait, I want to know, Darren. So
I'm
What-
I'm gonna mute
sorry.
myself.
I thought he would want to know.
all right, Darren. What's the genre of the movie?
Ooh, good question.
Oh Jesus, dude, I don't know. I wrote
Is it a
lot.
comedy? Is it romantic?
not.
Is it?
Is it
It's-
hentai,
It's a little bit of everything, man. It's like
including
action,
hentai?
comedy. It's fucking sad. It's
What's another movie that exists that you
it's an
say is
alternate
like in the realm?
reality.
Alternate
Um,
reality.
Maybe like being John Malkovich.
Okay, I knew you were going to go somewhere Charlie Kaufman with this.
Ah,
Okay,
I like
Darren,
that.
do you remember? So Darren and I met shooting this movie called Rush Junkies, which never got released. And so
But
we were.
should.
How old were we, Darren, when we met? 21.
20, yeah, 21, something
20.
like that. Yeah.
And you were writing a movie at the time, and I remember you were telling me about this movie, and I was like, "That's fucking genius." And it was about like 2 like Dr. Seuss kind of like creatures that lived in a world with a purple sky and blue grass, and it was like they had to like have this Lord of the Rings kind of journey, and it was like reality kept changing, and it sounds in retrospect, not, and I hope this isn't insulting, but in retrospect it's like, yeah, that's like the kind of shit a 20-year-old thinks up and thinks it's like they're onto something genius. It would be a disaster if it ever got made. But I remember at the time I was like, fuck, he's got it there, he's fucking onto it, god damn it. This guy's fucking good. Like the grass is blue and the sky is
Oh
purple.
my
That's fucking,
God.
that's smart.
Yeah.
You never
Now
wrote
I
it, did you?
remember that. Yeah, I was trying to like write a movie. I think it was called EO, like EEO.
Oh.
And it just like took place on a different planet, a different civilization, but you never like really were like, this is this civilization, this is how they live. You were just like, the movie just started and you're like in this other place, and you just went through their life and just followed along, and everything unfolded. And I thought that would be such an interesting way to watch a movie rather than.
But what's
you know.
the story?
Oh, dude, I don't think I had a story. I think I had like.
That's
I
yeah.
had
It's
the
just,
beginning
it's
of-
like weird to watch a movie
it.
that like had like blue grass and a purple sky and like
Yeah.
weird animals in it. It was like,
Yeah.
yes, it would be. God,
It was
would be
very
so
Dr.
much.
Seuss-y. Very.
That's the thing. There is no story.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
think about it.
Costanza.
All movies have stories. Like, what if this movie like didn't have a story?
What if you just
that-
want to make a movie about flowers?
So that's not what you're writing right now, is it?
That'd be
Yeah.
incredible.
Darren, give me a
This is-
taste,
I
man.
didn't
I
just-
gotta know.
this is-
Give me a taste.
This
I
is
didn't
the
just
log.
Trash the movie you're
Wait,
making
shut up.
now,
He's gonna give
did
the
I?
log line. He's gonna give the log
This
line.
is the Chat GPT log line of my movie.
Oh.
All right, you ready? All right, 2 psych ward inmates forge a special bond and aim to abandon the modern world for a genuine life in 1841.
So wait, what do you mean this is the Chat GPT log?
So is that accurate, or you just type shit in?
I fed ChatGPT my script, and I was like, "What's my
Oh.
log line?" And they're
So
like,
is that log line accurate?
"No." I mean, yeah, it's relatively accurate, but
Have
it's
you
not the
used
log line
Chat
I would
GPT
use.
in any other way?
Well, to write 120
To
pages.
write my
of it.
script? No.
Okay.
No. I was just curious to see what ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I have been in many a situation lately recording a radio ad for someone who wrote the script with ChatGPT, and it makes me want to stab myself in the eyes. I just go in a booth by myself and edit it. I just change it. But it's like, oh man, that shit is not good yet. You know what I mean? It's just fucking like, I knew that it was happening because we had like a bunch of commercials like in 1 month where everybody said, God, what was the fucking phrase? It was in everything. Look no further in every fucking ad about like, looking for a great, insurance place, look no further. Looking for a good pizza, look no further. Like every fucking ad. And it was crazy.
What's funny is that like the person, like you get this like AI script and you go into your booth and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to change this and change that.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who put it through Chat GPT has like no idea that you're doing that, because they probably didn't even really read it in the first
they
place.
almost
and
want
then
me to.
the commercial comes out and they're like, hey, ChatGPT did a pretty good job, didn't it?
Yeah. No, well, after I'm done, I'll tell them. I'm like, hey, by the way, I know you used whatever fucking AI thing, and like this line didn't make any sense, so I changed it. Because like another guy I record stuff with, like, used to write for the Baltimore Sun and like all these different newspapers and stuff. When he gets one, he's just like, oh god, like he's really fucking depressed about it, because he's like a fucking writer, a journalist. And so we'll just be like, but yeah, I tell people because so that they know, hey, it's cool. I understand that for time's sake, you're just trying to get a bunch of copy filled in, but like, I am still having to take time to make it sound like a human is saying it,
Yeah, you
it's
should
just so
pay
weird.
me a little bit more because of that.
Yeah, well, it is part of what I get paid for, basically. But often I rather just, you tell me what I'm supposed to talk about, I'll go make some fucking thing about it. So, when did Timmy become Ron Jeremy's understudy? So I've been doing a little more stand-up lately, and I've been starting with, okay, let's talk about it. Ron Jeremy is a jailed rapist, so we're not going to make that comparison anymore. B, no matter how much you want it to be true, I don't look like Tommy Wiseau. This is my stand-up bit. And then I'll just say, so here's what you can call me. You can call me Fat Edgar Allan Poe. You can call me Fat Lemmy or Fat Frank Zappa. Or you can call me Skinny David Crosby.
That's good.
Thanks, yeah. But yeah, it works, but like, because everybody's, hey, Ron Jeremy. It's like, yo, yeah, the only fat guy with a mustache was Ron Jeremy. Fat guys love mustaches.
What about the reanimated corpse of Mark Borchart's best friend, the acid casualty?
Oh my God, Mike Shank! Fuck
I
yeah,
was just thinking about that. I was
I don't
trying
know
to
if
think
he
of
had
Mike Shank's
vodka or I
name.
have vodka. Someone have vodka. We were drinking it. I fucking love
Those
that
guys
guy.
must be heroes in the Midwest.
Oh, dude, you know what? One of my friends who went to school at U of M, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Borchardt like guest taught some kind of film theory class or something there. It's like, whoa, just like not the whole class, but he came in like one day and talked about, making Coven or whatever. So
Dude, that's my favorite scene.
Oh God,
it's Coven, and it's like it's Coven, and it's like no, it's Coven, like the actual pronunciation.
And Mark's like, how do you know it? Because that's how it's pronounced.
That movie, American. By the way, Chad, if you don't know what we're talking about, American movie, but I know there's some people don't. There's a documentary called American Movie that follows this heart of gold, struggling filmmaker, and is on the wrong side of 30, who's trying to make a horror film that he believes should be called Coven, and it is great. It's really great. Definitely watch it.
It's like inspiring in a way and heartwarming in a way, but
it's
also
very
it's
inspiring.
Like, it's also just like, wow, because he's in Milwaukee. I mean, that's an important thing to state, is like he's not in a film town, he's in Milwaukee, and he's like,
and it's just him like scraping his community together to like by
Yeah.
force of sheer will,
Yeah.
get this movie made.
And it does, it's crazy.
And that
It's
like
awesome.
opening night when all the people are like standing outside the theater and he's like getting his grandfather out of the car and he's
Oh.
like, see this is you getting your investment back. And he's like, oh, wait till I see it or whatever.
Yeah.
Uncle Bill.
Yeah, Uncle
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah. Ty West, every time he makes a movie, he makes his crew come over and watch American movie.
Are you serious? I
time.
love
Yeah.
that.
That's like
great.
his ritual.
Kind of a way to bond with the cast.
Mhm.
Or to be like, this is how I want y'all to act.
Yeah.
In his head, all of his films take place in like fucking suburban Milwaukee in 1993. My favorite scene of that movie is when he's filming a scene where he puts a guy's head through a cupboard door in a kitchen.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
And he's trying to score it. And he's like, oh, this fucker's going to take some shit. I'm sorry I tried to put your head through that.
Yeah. That's like the best part of the movie. I'm sorry I tried to put your head through that.
And it's just some guy. It's just some fucking dad who agreed to be in Mark's movie. And he's over in the corner like, oh, these poor bastards. And like, but they all believe in it. And he's like destitute. He starts out in the opening of the movie. He's opening mail. And he's like, fuck yeah, I got a MasterCard. And you're just seeing this fucking poor single dad getting fucking victimized by a credit card. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. He's excited he can get one, So, and then he just is spending his whole energy into making this movie. And his like parents don't believe in him. And his brother is just a total piece of shit about it. Like, he's like, I think he's more should be, I think he would be better off using his talents in like factory work. Like his brother says that. It's like, what an asshole.
Yeah.
Anyways, good movie. Check it out, kids.
Did he ever make anything? Did he ever finally finish something?
I think he finished Coven.
Yeah, which is 30 minutes or so. Yeah, it's 30 minutes. I've seen it. It was on the DVD. It's all right.
I wonder if he made money on that. Like, because like it's on the DVD and they're making money on the DVD. You don't think he got any like?
I bet they did a one-time buyout. They probably paid him, I would guess, at the time that was like 2001. They probably paid him maybe $100K, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they probably were like kind of generous to him.
That would be great. That would be great for him. I think.
Yeah.
100 would be huge. Yeah. Well, so he's shown up in different things and like
he was on David Letterman.
Yeah, it says filmography as writer director, Coven, and then something called the Dundee Project in 2018. But then for Northwestern, which is the movie, an American movie he's trying to get made, which is a feature, and then he makes Coven to try and pay for Northwestern. But Northwestern says 2000 to present, so still in production. Yeah. And another one called Scare Me, which is still in production. But he's acted in a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, Ty put him in Cabin Fever 2.
Yep, I just saw that. Yeah, okay. And he's in something called Faith Based, Sam, from 2020.
Oh, Sam, Faith Based.
Cool.
I'm guessing it makes fun of faith-based movies, so maybe you don't want to see it. Oh, I didn't go see.
That might make me furious.
I didn't go see The Shift yet, Sam, but it is.
You didn't go see The Shift?
No, I just didn't have time. I should go see it. I don't know if you guys didn't know this. We watched it on Trailer Boys last week because Sam found it. And Sam loves these stupid faith-based movies. And there's a new one that's like, I love dystopia and like post-apocalyptic shit. There's a new faith-based movie called The Shift that's like a dystopian sci-fi faith-based movie. It's the retelling of the book of Job. Is that what you said?
Yeah. It's apparently the retelling of the story of Job. And which is funny because it seems like the only thing is like, oh, it's a guy and a lot of bad stuff happens to him. But in this, it's like deals with the multiverse and stuff. And I don't know, maybe you're
the multiverse is hot.
With the book of Job, but
like the multiverse bubble has popped.
Yeah, I mean,
well, it hit faith-based, so yeah, usually stuff that's faith-based.
we got to be done with the multiverse.
That's like when kids in South Dakota start using slang, it's like done, it's the same kind of thing. Yeah. It's like, if it's that far, it's not cool anymore.
Like, what are they saying in South Dakota now? Like Nito? Did Nito hit yet over there?
G. That's
G came in like
that's boss.
Yeah, boss.
Did
That's
you ever
so
hear
nuts.
William H. Macy when he auditioned for Fargo in LA? He was like, I have to play this role. Like, I have to play. So he auditioned in LA for the Coen brothers, and then they flew out to New York to audition actors. And Bill Macy flew out to New York and showed up at the audition again in New York. And he's like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I have to play this role. So can
Wow.
I audition again? They're like, sure, okay, Bill, yeah, go ahead. And like he did it again and then
Wow.
left. And then he got the call like 3 days later. He got the part and he was like,
I mean, I bet
well,
they knew before. I bet
He
they
was
knew
right.
the first time he auditioned.
Yeah.
They're like, it's him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
so perfect for that part. It's
He really
obscene.
is.
yeah.
And you know, when they did the first season of the show, and what's his name played a very similar character, the guy from The Office, and he played the
Martin-
Hobbit. There you go.
Martin Freeman.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good too, but it still kind of just felt like it was William H. Macy, you know, like a whatchamacallit of that. I don't know. I can't think of the word. Anyways, so it still felt informed by that, you know, but I was that's weird because I just watched To Live and Die in LA yesterday. I just got on Blu-ray recently and fucking love that movie. And I was telling Sam about this, but William Peterson gives like a 20-minute interview about it, and like he was like a nobody, and freaking apparently he didn't want to cast anybody that he like really knew, and so he kind of just like kept bringing him down from Canada while he was acting in some Shakespeare play to like New York to do it, and he's like, do you know anybody that can play the other guy? And he's like, my friend could do it, and freaking was like, sure, and that's who's like in the movie. It's like
It's the guy from Mad About You, that guy.
John something, yeah. And
The
I
guy
didn't
with
know
big
this,
forehead.
but Peterson was like friends with Malkovich and Sinise and all those Steppenwolf people. He wasn't in Steppenwolf, but he was like in Chicago at the
Yeah.
time. So he's kind of was with those dudes. It's kind of interesting. He's cool. Like you said, Sam,
Was-
80s William Peterson fucking rules.
Yeah, was Willem Dafoe? Was he part of that or no?
He's,
No,
you know what? I
he
looked it
wasn't.
up. He's from Milwaukee or somewhere in Wisconsin.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Willem Dafoe did start a theater group in New York called the Wooster Group. Yeah, but I don't
Worcester.
think he was part of Steppenwolf.
Okay, yeah,
He definitely feels like
yeah.
that part of that generation. You know?
yeah. I was just wondering because he's in that, and it feels like he's part of that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I want to see this new movie he did. I didn't hear about it till the other day. A friend of mine interviewed him earlier this year, and she posted it as like, here's one of my favorite things I did this year. He made a movie that came out like March or April called Inside, where he's
Inside,
an
I
art
heard
thief that
about
gets
that.
stuck in a rich people's apartment. Like,
I
because
watched
he's
that.
is it
I
good?
watched that.
Yeah, I
Did
think
you
we
like it?
talked about. Did we talk about that on stream?
Oh,
I
We
don't
showed
think-
it on
Right.
Trailer Boys, I think.
hmm.
Yeah. I remember
It's
watching that on Trailer Boys.
I don't know. I didn't walk away from it going like that was amazing. I was just like, okay. I don't know. He he basically like starts out like eating caviar and stuff, but like the house is like he's locked down in it,
Mhm.
and like it blasts heat for like 12 hours and then it switches to cold and blasts like freezing cold for 12 hours. And it just keeps switching back and forth as he slowly runs out of food and he loses his mind.
Hmm.
And he ends up building like he's there to steal art. And so while he's there and he's losing his mind and going crazy, he starts creating art and like putting all the furniture together to like get out and like painting stuff on the walls. And it ends with him like painting like a crazy masterpiece on a wall. So it's
Spoiler.
interesting. Oh, sorry.
He gets out.
Does he
So
die in there?
is the heat and cold
Ah,
thing
that's a good question. I don't know. I don't think it ends with him getting out. I think it just ends. Yeah.
is the heat and
Spoiler.
cold thing like a security thing?
Yes.
I mean, I can
that's what I
see
thought.
that as like a psychological security weapon, but also like in
Well,
that
the
situation,
guy-
do you really want to trap someone? You know,
The guy's house that he was in, he had all these major, huge artworks in it, and so
It's-
I
yeah, it's
think
probably
what
like
what
a-
the story was is the guy was trying to create art by trapping a guy inside his house and torturing him to create a
wow.
work of art.
they should just say
That's
it's
what
a.
I think was going on. I don't
They
know.
should say it's a Saw movie. You could just kind of go in it, like release it on Blu-ray as like Saw 11, and have like you can just fucking edit anywhere, like on a tape. Just I want to play a game, just fucking do it. It sounds like that kind of right, like
Do you know what the new Saw movie is about? Have you heard about
Saw
this?
I
X?
saw
I
it.
didn't see it.
Oh, you saw
watched
it?
it.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
It sounds really funny how the whole thing where they're like they basically have Jigsaw get scammed, and the
Yeah.
whole thing is Jigsaw sawing the scammers. Basically, that's so funny.
But that's like I just recently watched all of those because I bought the Blu-ray and I went to. I know, and I didn't see.
What are you doing?
I know, right? I even a few months back watched the Chris Rock one, which that's the only one. It's like I have truly wasted my time.
Spiral, yeah.
Yeah, not. Chris Rock is very good at some stuff. That's not one of
Isn't
them.
like
Anyways,
Paris Hilton in Saw movies or something?
No, she's in House of Wax.
she's in House of Wax, which her kill is pretty good. The way she gets killed in that is pretty entertaining. But
Oh yeah.
the thing I remember from House of Wax is it Alicia Cuthbert? I don't know whoever the main actress is in it. At one point, her mouth gets glued shut, and when she has to just like rip her own lips open to like scream for help at some point, like I thought that was pretty awesome. But but the Saw movies, like the part that's appealing about the later ones is when he's kind of like punishing people, like because the only good later sequels part 6, like the only good ones I think are 1, 2, 3, and 6, and 6 is mainly punishing like shitty health insurance people for fucking people over, and so I think that's when they made Saw X. They're like, well, let's make a prequel so we can keep what's his name in it. And instead of having that whatever fucking shithead was playing the guy in the later ones, and and we could have him punishing another group of people that everybody hates and almost turning him into an anti-hero that way, so it's kind of more interesting, I think. I don't know, I haven't seen the new one, so.
That sounds funny. That sounds very funny to be like, he's a good guy now.
I know, right?
Yeah, and he has like a cute kid sidekick.
Oh,
Really?
the lady. Wait, he has the lady or somebody else? He has a literal child with him?
Yes.
What? How did he get a child?
Yeah.
Did he steal it?
This kid to hang out with him. To hang out with him. I should
Like,
have
we're
been
gonna
convinced.
make Jigsaw a good guy,
Yeah,
but he's
yeah.
also in a very sketchy relationship with a young person.
Yeah, Lil Saw.
Lil Saw. Oh my god.
That's a funny comment.
Oh, that's good. B shift.
Saw.
Good job.
Hey,
Isn't Saw for Kids Home Alone? Anyways, what?
Yeah.
Can I plug Emily's show next week?
Go for it.
Because it's
Yes,
it's for
I need to go
charity.
get a beverage. So plug away.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pee.
So next week, next Saturday here in LA, Emily is doing part of her yearly, every year she helps put together this charity show. This time it's the first time it's happening in LA. It's this big 24-hour improv show. It's happening at the Elysian Theater in LA. You can go to letterscharity.org. I think it's letterscharity.org. Nate, can you double check that? And there was the Chicago event, but there's going to be this Los Angeles event, 24 hours improv. And let me just see. She just texted me some of the people that are going to be there. It's going to be cool. It's going to Bob Odenkirk. Let's see. Crap. Yes, letterscharity.org.
Cool.
Bob Odenkirk, Fred Armisen is doing something there. Nick Thune, Veruca Salt, and Dave Pajo of Slint are all amongst the people that will be there. Or
Sweet.
be
JSBX
this
fan
next
says at the
weekend.
Chicago. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Steve Albini's going to be there. Steve Albini.
Oh, he'll be at this one too,
sure.
because someone's saying Albini was at the Chicago one.
Yeah, he was at the Chicago
Steve
one.
Albini. He's going to be doing
Yeah.
improv?
They've invented these things called airplanes, and
Right.
taking that month-long trip across the coast, cut it down to mere hours.
Sweet.
It's great.
Well, I just meant like that's cool that he's doing both of them. Yeah.
It's his wife that started the charity. His wife Heather, and
okay.
so yeah, lots of cool people.
Beulah says, "Can you put some links to it somewhere, Sandy?"
Let's see.
Not right now,
Can I?
but later I can.
Not in
Can I
chat.
type it into chat?
Hey,
Or does it
Darren.
not let me.
Hey Timmy.
Hi. I have a holiday question.
Oh.
You've been in Britain for a couple years now. Is it all the same Christmas songs over there that get overplayed, the ones that get here? Like, do you hear that fucking Mariah Carey song all the time over there?
No.
No?
I mean,
All
but some of the songs are the same. I mean, they're the same throughout Europe, like Holy Night, whatever, all those
Mhm.
songs. But there's actually a whole bunch of other songs I've never heard before. So
Like traditional
Oh,
ones or just pop Christmas songs?
yeah, they're traditional songs, but they just never made it to America and got popular. But they sound like all the other. It's
Right.
just-
And for everyone that isn't here in LA, sorry to interrupt, but
No, go back.
They're going to be streaming it. So
Oh,
I think they'll have the info about the stream on letterscharity.org, so you'll be able to watch it live as it happens. And donate. It's a really good cause. They get all this money and they go to families in Chicago that, Southside families in Chicago that register with social services, and they go to their house and they basically just like give them $10,000 and give
That's
them
awesome.
everything that they've asked for on their letters to Santa.
That's
And
great.
so it's these very life-changing kind of gifts, and they're very into just like donating and not having like people jump through hoops for the stuff they're giving. It's this unconditional giving.
Oh, the posters are up on the on the stream right now. That's cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's good, man. It's a good time here to do stuff like that,
Yeah, it's
I mean, it's
timed
always
up with
but
that Christmas,
Yo.
getting the spirit of giving.
That's right. My
Hey,
daughter and I used to
Sam.
do this thing. Oh, go ahead, Darren. Sorry.
Sam, I want to tell you, I did watch all 3 seasons of Mr. In Between.
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
Oh man, it was so good. I
Dude.
loved it. I couldn't stop watching it.
What is Mr. In Between?
Yeah.
It's like this Australian hitman, so kind of a little bit like Breaking Bad, but not like not this crazy plot like, become meth or whatever. It's just he's an assassin. He's in Australia. He has a kid.
He's a lot like what's that
entertaining.
character from Breaking Bad? Mike. He's a
Oh,
lot like
Mike
Mike,
Yeah,
where
but like a younger
like-
Mike. Yeah.
like younger, but he's like just very like collected and very like level-headed and makes the right decision almost all the time. And it's the thing I love about it, half-hour episodes, and they're like
Oh,
funny
I'm
and
listening.
like action-packed and like have emotional moments, and there's dark, and they're able to pull it all off in a half hour. And so you just get like, all right, yeah, next one. Yeah, that's
people
awesome.
are
Glad you
saying
liked
that it sounds like Barry.
it's less goofy than Barry.
I haven't seen much of Barry, but I liked it. What I have seen. Someone
it's rad.
says, good question. Are there boobs in Mr. In Between?
No,
I'm-
there's not. And
No?
he's a bouncer at a strip club, and you never see boobs.
All right, I
I'm
almost kind of
surprised
like
you
that.
like it, Sam.
Yeah, I didn't have my counter up when I was doing it. I wasn't doing
Mm.
the running tally. Yeah.
I love the accents. Like, just the accents are the best part of that. I don't know why. Like, you want
And I'm not gonna ruin anything, but that last scene of the show, that last scene in the,
Oh,
the
yeah.
cab, that
yeah.
was
When
awesome.
he looks into the
It was-
camera, that's
yeah,
like,
when he looks at the so
oh,
good. Yeah.
yes. Like, I hope
Yeah.
they
Someone
make-
says there's amazing
Yeah.
audiobooks related to that series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Is it
I
based
gotta
on?
check
Maybe it's
that
based
out.
on some books. Oh,
Oh,
Nate is telling us that's for a different Mr. In Between. Okay.
It's a different Mr. In Between, apparently.
It's
Based
on
on the
You should
movie
make
All
yourself-
the Magician.
I think
He's
Nate
wild.
should make himself audible to the stream if he's going to be talking.
I'm
so we
trying
don't
not
have
to
be, like,
talk.
He's
Now
trying
they can
not
hear
to, but
me.
he couldn't
Yeah.
help it.
I know, but if you're
I
going to
couldn't help
talk, it should.
All
We
right,
should just
all right.
like let everyone hear it.
There's a what do you call the fake documentaries?
Mockumentary.
Mockumentaries.
Called The Magician, about this guy, and then they
Mm.
turned it into a series way later, like 20
Okay,
years later.
so that's what turned into this show you guys are talking
Yeah.
about.
Mr. In
Oh, wait.
Dash Between is about a book
Got it.
series.
Can the chat hear you right now?
Yeah, they can hear me now.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. I thought there was all this dead air.
No, that was hard. As soon as Zach was like, they should hear you, I was like,
It's
all
so
right.
hard
I was
for people to
I
watch.
was
just hit the-
trying not to talk.
Nate hit the
I'm glad you
Nate, I
jumped
wasn't giving you permission to just talk.
Okay, sorry. I'll go back. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you can go away now, motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm saying if you're going to say something valuable, it'd be audible.
Oh, I have a funny whitest kids thing that happened
Doubt
this
it.
week. Because I was watching some old whitest kids sketches, and Zach, I already told you this, but I came across the Nothing Wrong with That sketch. The sketch where we're all just talking about beating kids, basically.
Yeah, nothing wrong
And
with that. Nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
it gets to my character at the end, and you guys are like, hey, Sam, you've been really quiet.
What are you drunk or
know,
something?
What,
Yeah.
you drunk or something? And they're like, nah. I go, I've been trying this new kind of parenting. See, when Wally steps out of line, and my kid in the sketch is named Wally or Walt.
Whoa.
I'm like, when Walt steps out of line, and then I talk about strangling Walt's rabbit, which is especially weird because I've already strangled Wally's rabbit to like punish him for doing stuff,
Very prescient.
for pooping. Yeah.
So our show is subconsciously inspiring your parenting.
yeah.
Oh.
Was it your
In
idea
many
to name
ways,
him
in many
Wally, or
ways.
was it Emily's?
It was both of ours. We were
So at
talking
the same
about
time, you both looked at
names.
each other and said Wally simultaneously.
No, I guess
No,
I
they
guess it
actually
was
said
mine, but
Wally.
it was she had a grandfather. I have a cousin named Walter, and she had a grandfather named Walton. And so
Which
we
one
were
of you
like, "Oh, yeah."
suggested the name?
I suggested it first. I guess.
Okay.
We also
one of
had a
those-
Walt Whitman sketch.
We
Yeah.
do.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yeah.
I thought about boobs today. That's a
She
You
fun
know
was
what's
one.
funny
for the
about that
stream.
sketch is Walt Whitman, famous homosexual. None of us knew that, and we wrote the sketch about boobs,
No,
like
we
not
knew
as a
that.
commentary.
I didn't know that.
What?
I didn't
I
know
didn't
that
know that.
till
We did.
right
We
now.
talked about it. We talked about it.
Did
while
we?
We did.
We were like, so what? Keep going.
It is funny. Yeah, it's funny to be like, so what? You can still, it doesn't matter your orientation. You can still think about boobs till you jizz. Doesn't matter. That activity is for everybody. Big bouncing boobs.
He's literally putting himself on the page.
Oh man, that's gross. I love it.
It got real gross because
Yeah.
like Trevor's like some prepubescent. What does he say about a young girl?
Yeah.
He was like,
Like-
looking at those boobs, those are not a
Oh, yeah.
13-year-old's boobs. Those are way too plump.
God.
I don't remember that.
Oh my god.
It's so like visual. It's like God, Trevor.
Someone says fleshy candy corn.
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
It's like a 13-year-old's boobs look like fleshy candy corn.
Oh
Okay.
my god, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
awful.
Nobody. Yeah.
Are we gonna watch
a good
the
one.
Fallout show?
Oh, wait a
Well,
minute.
it
Yeah,
looks
the Fallout
rad,
show will be
and
cool
it's
'cause
of this really cool thing, but nah.
Pemberton's
friends
in
in
it,
it
so
now.
that'll be
Pemberton's
yeah.
in it, and someone
No,
else.
it looks
Sam,
awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sam, you're
Yeah.
saying someone else is in it.
I think John Daly had something to do with it.
Oh, okay.
He
Oh,
was
maybe.
posting about it. I saw.
Did
I
you
didn't
guys
see him-
see the GTA 6 trailer?
A little bit of
Yeah.
it.
Wow,
Man.
I am excited. But wait, didn't they say coming out 2025?
2025.
Yeah.
So
Kill me.
you're gonna have to power up your generator to fucking play it.
Which means
Yeah.
2025, which means like November 2025.
Right.
Which
Yes,
means
right.
Which
It's
means
gonna
it
be
means
2
March
years.
January
2026.
2027 or
Yeah.
something
Oh.
like that. Yeah.
Which
They
also
probably-
means
This always makes me think of Cartman trying to cryogenically freeze himself to wait for the Wii, you know? And it's like, I get it, dude. I want to wake up, I want to skip everything, and I just want to play GTA 6 now.
I was excited, and
Yeah.
then I found out that it's in Vice City, and I was like, "Shit, that means I'm gonna have to enroll in and drop out of college when I'm like
Yeah,
47."
because
Yeah.
Vice City derailed Timmy's career,
Career, my education.
education.
Yeah, my career
Which
was
leads to a career.
with you guys, right? And so that's all I ever had for a career. So but yeah, I was
That's a good point.
you know,
We all derailed our careers by starting a sketch group.
Uh,
Think about what kind of titans of industry we would be if we hadn't started.
Well, I don't mean that,
sketch
but I
group.
mean that's the only career I had. I mean, I didn't feel like I could ever even do a film thing, and it's no surprise, what I found about myself later. That I just can't fucking concentrate on anything. And in fact, I've been trying to write a script or book about involving alternate realities as well for like 7 years, and I've never gotten anywhere with it. So
Well, what's your
glad to
writing
demonstrate.
habit like? How much do you write?
No, I don't. I can't. I sit down doing that. I suddenly force myself to like, oh, I got to do this. I'm supposed to do this. You know what I mean? That's like, that's what, I mean, that's my problem. And even when I take pills, it's still, I do that all the time. And that's why my current job is good, because I have to be doing different things every couple minutes, so I just have a real problem sitting down and concentrating. When it's like this, and I know there's people watching, then I can sit here, you know what I mean? But like when I'm not being held accountable, and I can't, I guess you know what it is. I can't, I just am very bad anymore at holding myself accountable. It's also why I'm still fucking fat, so
You can
when I
sit
lost all
and
that
watch a
weight,
movie,
I could.
right?
What?
You can sit and watch a movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I pause a lot and get up and randomly do shit. Oh, I got to feed roaches to the lizard or whatever, things that could wait, But by the way, I'm breeding. By the way, I'm breeding
roaches. I'm like, Timmy, don't feed your roaches.
Yeah.
That's why you have a roach problem.
You know what, though, Sam? What I was about to say, and something I was planning on bringing up today, because I think it's an interesting subject. I am feeding roaches. I'm now trying to breed cockroaches to feed to the lizard because they're so fucking expensive.
No.
And I've like other friends that have bearded dragons. The thing is dubia roaches are like the best, most nutritious bugs for bearded dragons to eat when they're young, and ours is young. And another friend of mine that had two, he's like, yeah, we bred the roaches. You just get a whole bunch of them, keep them water, keep them warm, and keep feeding them. And they eventually like fucking make a bunch of babies. Like, so hopefully in a few weeks, I'll have like 500 baby roaches to
keep
feed
that
to
shit
the lizard.
sealed, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we all lived in New York. So like the first time I like brought roaches voluntarily into my home, like my inner New Yorker was like, what the fuck? Like, and they don't look like those roaches. They look like beetles, but still it's like,
I was today I was driving through a neighborhood through like Los Feliz, and these two girls were walking by me, and one of them was holding a leash and the other one was holding, and I was like, that girl's not holding a dog. And then I look again, I realized she's holding a huge bearded dragon.
Yeah. No, my daughter is all about that. She wants to get, once he's full size, it'll be like another year, but like she wants to get him a leash. My mom is making her a little like basically baby Bjorn for the fucking bearded dragon, but she likes to sit with him and like, because they bond with you and stuff, so they're smart.
Do?
And oh yeah, and they're like,
do they show emotion?
Not really, but they'll like sit with you and just chill. You know what I mean? And so they're a very good like chill pet. And like she's already getting to that point with him. I'm not. He sees me as like there's the big loud thing that like cleans the bothers me. Basically, I'll move him to like clean up his shit or whatever. And Margaret's just very gentle with him. She gives him baths. What, Darren?
Do you have to fix him, or is he just like always horny?
I don't know. That's a good point. And actually, we don't know what his sex is. Roy could be a he or a she. It's just one of those things, like
Really?
certain animals. Yeah. I mean, well, because the thing is, man, so chickens and lizards are all fucking dinosaurs, right? And just like with a chicken, you can't really sex a lizard unless you're like really get in there. Like
I could.
check out the. Oh, well, why don't you come over here and sex my lizard? Tell me what we're working with.
I'm not in the mood right now.
Zach,
You're not
sexing
in
a
the mood
lizard's
right
like
now.
sexing a lizard is telling what sex it is. It's not what you think it is.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I could do that. Even.
Never mind.
But it's like, when he gets, if Roy's a female, when they whatever are of like an adult, he could lay unfertilized eggs just like a chicken does, and their poop looks just like bird shit. It's got the white thing, the urea in it, and so it's interesting. So we don't really know, but so yeah, to Darren, to answer your question, I don't think you do anything. I don't really know, and he's young enough now where it wouldn't matter for a while anyway. So, but it is a question I could bring up to the pet store.
I mean,
know?
your lizard like wants to fuck.
Sure.
right? I mean,
Well, I
like,
mean, the
you
animals,
should-
that's like
you
what
should help
they're
them out.
they're out there
Yeah.
to eat and make more of themselves, right? So yeah, you know.
You're denying this lizard his primal right, Timmy,
So I
and
should get him
think that-
another lizard so he
her.
can get his fuck on. Yeah, them.
or
so-
like let him fuck your hand.
But if it's a
Yeah.
lady, what do I do? You know, so but okay, so here's the other thing. If I'm gonna, since I don't know the sex of my lizard, if I'm gonna get it a sexual companion which I also wouldn't be able to figure out the gender of, then what do I have to buy like 2 or 3 of them just to make sure whatever, you know?
That's a good
I
by
think
3, and the
maybe-
odds of them all being the same gender or sex is
Sex, yeah.
pretty slim. So
Right.
yeah,
So
that's
then
like
they
a
could
good-
so then they could do like you know, if it's 2 boys and a lady, they could do like you know, finger trap kind of thing. And then I don't know. But if it's 2 girls and a guy, I mean that's hot too.
I would say set it up with your pet store, your local pet store, and I'm sure they're cool with this, is like bring your lizard to the pet store and set up like little dates, like have like a little table and have the other, because even if they're, you know, opposite genders, you want to make sure there's a spark there, you know, like you want to
Yeah,
make
we don't
you know,
yeah. You don't want your lizard just engaged just mechanical, baseless fucking. You want it to
Yeah.
make love. Right.
yeah.
I think it's a good
This is how
idea,
you-
man.
That's how you get emotional lizards, you know. They're brought up in a loving household.
That's right. You know, the first time, and the fun thing about having a lizard is you learn stuff. Because, like, you know, most people kind of know how dogs work. But lizards, there's a lot of shit I didn't know. Like, I knew they shed it, but I didn't know exactly how it went down. So one day he was just looked like he had the fucking ET disease. And he stopped eating for like a week. I was like, fuck, what did I do? I killed my dog. But no. And then like a week later, he shedded his skin and was a beautiful kind of orange, striped yellow kind of coat, and then ate a whole bunch, you know? So he was fine. That's just what they do. And it was, yeah, so it's a learning experience, but it was fun. But I just got asked in chat to read donos. We got a bunch, so I'm going to go through them. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Colby Like the Cheese donated $7 and says, all right, Darren, go get the pail of milk. And then I'm not sure what that is. I also, Colby, I think I
I
timed
think
you
that's
out
for
when you.
horses, Stegosaurus.
Oh,
jizz.
okay. And
Yeah.
I also timed out Colby when he said skip when Sam was explaining the charity show that is what is that Emily is doing. So yeah, don't do that. So, anyways, then Gorbungo donated $10 and says, I'm into normal sized MILFs. Squirrel723 donated $10, says, hey guys, what was it like working with College Humor? I discovered you guys through the sketch where you all die. I don't think you've ever spoken about it on stream. The you guys remember that? Like, is the
Yeah.
shoot each other or something, right?
Yeah,
that was.
I remember
but
that being
was
pretty like, I don't know, not
weren't
exciting.
that was the red shirt sketch, right? 'Cause we did
Yeah, something
we
like
did
that.
something twice, and I think that was like, weren't they doing like some kind of like marathon thing of their own?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing some 24-hour thing.
Yeah.
Looking
we
back
showed
on that,
up-
I actually wish we hadn't done that, only because it's like we showed up and they had written the sketch, and then
Yeah.
we were just like acting in
We
their
just did their
sketch, and it's
thing,
like,
yeah, yeah,
that's like not, we should have
Yeah.
done that, you know.
When I showed up late and that was part of the sketches, I'm there late and I get shot or something. I don't even remember. I think I showed up and I was only there for like 20 minutes because then we finished whatever was happening. And it was weird. But yeah. Principal
Yeah,
Rolls
that was
donated.
what-
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
There was the one sketch was like when Amir was like, I don't have the internet. Like that was the one that was just you, me, and Sam, right, Timmy?
Oh, is
yeah, we
that
did
the-
something
was
like
that
that.
the Mr. Lincoln?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one thing I remember was Streeter was like, did that thing where he
Phantom of the Opera guy or something.
Yeah. What was that for the same thing or was that for something else? Because we
don't
like
know.
hung out
So
at their
bad.
like little video game area and did that or something, right?
that was and that was, I think, Jake and Amir was the
Yes.
Right.
I have
Show.
not thought about that since it happened. And now we're talking about
Yeah.
What are Jake and Amir up to these days? Do they still
I
do
think
stuff?
they've reunited and it's kind of done what we're doing with like Self-Suck Saturday. They like do podcasts and they talk about, you know, the old sketches that they used to do together.
A friend of mine produces a podcast with Jake that's an F1 podcast on Headgun.
Formula One?
like racing.
Yeah, Formula One.
Oh,
Like a fans of Formula One kind of thing.
it's interesting.
Yeah. I guess people are into Formula One now.
I know Formula One is like having a moment. Like what did
Really?
it? Was there like
It was
I
a
think
TV
there's
show on Netflix.
There's a TV show on Netflix. Yeah. What's the show called?
Drive to Survive. It's like a reality
Survive.
show. There's a lot of drama
But like
in it.
about it's
Is it a
reality
doc
show
series or is it
about the
scripted?
league, right?
Doc series. Yeah, it's
series.
yeah, it's pretty good. It got me into it.
Ooh. Okay.
Void Primate says, "Oh, it's not about weak ass tornadoes."
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Tornadoes are on a scale of F1 to F5 being the worst. So F1 would be
Oh, gotcha.
tornadoes that are not very much of a problem. Let me get to the rest of the donos. There's a couple here. Principal Rose donated $10. It's so great to see you guys. GFY.
Principal Rose.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Principal.
Thank
Sam
you.
Hamich 808 donated $50. Holy bazingas.
Whoa, are you serious?
Sam Hamich?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God, that's very
Says, hey,
generous.
Timmy, I was going to ask if you were friends with Sean Jordan. Yes, I am. But then I searched his name on WKUK Plus and found a clip of you mentioning how you know him. Shout out to WKUK Plus. The search feature is currently broken, but I hope it's fixed soon. Oh, yeah. WKUK Plus is pretty amazing. So, yeah, I hope hope they get that fixed.
Shout out to
That's
Simon.
a useful thing. Huh?
Shout out to Simon.
Simon. Is Simon the person that put that together?
Correct.
It's pretty fucking
Cool.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. Sean Jordan's another comedian from South Dakota. He's from Sioux Falls, and he's part of the it's Ian Carmel's podcast. It's been going on for a couple of years. Draft I forget what it's called. It's a draft show. And he also he did a lot of Doug Loves Movies stuff for a long time. And he and I are both we're co-headlining the final Snow Jam Comedy Festival here in January. So that'll be fun. He
What
headlines.
town is that?
Jam.
Huh?
Not slow jam.
Is that in
No.
Watertown or
No,
somewhere
it's in
else?
Sioux Falls. I co-founded so 7 or 8 years ago. I joked to some other South Dakota comedians, wouldn't it be funny if we put together a comedy festival in South Dakota in January and made people from LA fly here in the winter and be here in the winter? And I said it as a joke. And like 2 months later, one of my buddies, Dan, who is very, I'm not motivated about that kind of stuff, producing and like putting, like, I don't know how to do that stuff. So like 2 months later, Dan's like, hey, I got a couple sponsors on board for that comedy festival. What should we name it? I'm like, huh? So we did it. And it's been a charity thing. I stepped back and stopped being involved with it about 3-4 years ago. But yeah, it's raised a bunch of money for Special Olympics. I think last year was for some kind of charity to do with trans kids. This year is something to do with arts for schools. So it's really cool. And but it's just become a lot for the people to deal with, so this is the last one. And so Sean, being a good old South Dakota boy, he's headlined before. Kevin McDonald headlined once. It's been a fun thing to do, but for the last one, Sean's going to headline, and then they wanted me to do it since it was my idea, and I will be the very last performer ever on the festival. So it's kind of a nice way to wrap it up. And I'm just going to fucking eat shit as much as I can,
What do you mean eat shit?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Like do badly. I was kidding. But well, speaking of that, and speaking of streaming and stuff, and I mentioned this to you guys the other day, but so I got to do a show with some doll lickers the other day. John Haroon.
Yeah.
John Haroon has not been in chat a lot recently, but he used to be here all the time. And he's got a band called Mechanical Canine in Philly, and a couple of the other guys in the band are, Whitest Kids fans too. And they were on tour. And so they came to this coffee shop in Aberdeen, South Dakota, about 80, 90 miles from here. And they were like, hey, you want to come like do a 30 minutes each kind of show? I'm like, yeah. And it was a blast. And, it was fun to be around people in their mid 20s. Like we were like, just, shabby, kind of just like, drinking before the show, write your set list on a piece of paper, go do it kind of thing. It was fun to be around that again, and like punk kids and stuff like that. And, like they didn't know where they were sleeping every night. And I was like, whoa, man, I can't even imagine sleeping on a floor anymore. I've done it, but like, oh my God. Like I can't spend a night on a floor now. I'd be fucked up for like a week. You know what I mean? It'd be terrible.
Yeah,
It suck.
that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just
I have turned into such a spoiled brat. as I've
right.
gotten
Yeah.
older.
And also just old and like cranky, and just kind of like
Yeah.
my body wouldn't handle it. Just like if I get drunk now, I don't get like, I still drink, but I don't get drunk ever. Cause it's like, it's got like a 3-day project afterwards, you know? So, but it was just funny to be around that energy again, you know? And like it's a coffee shop, so there's no booze allowed, but down in the green room, they had beer. And so I took one of the paper cups for coffee in it and poured beer in it. And so I had beer out there during the show. And I told the guys that after, I was like, oh, and I was like, I don't know if I feel good about teaching them that or not.
They haven't figured out that you could
I guess
put
not.
beer
I
in
don't
it.
know.
You
Kids
could
are
put
much
beer
more,
in
you
other
know,
cups.
yeah.
Whoa,
But Timmy, that's
Timmy, you're a
dishonest.
god.
Yeah. I think it's like, I feel like kids, like, you know, and I still consider them kids. I think they're like early 20s, whatever. But like, it's like, I feel like kids are a little more like, I don't know, not quite as nuts as they were when we were around that age. I feel like, I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong. It just felt different. But anyways, it was very cool to like, you know, it's always fun to meet people from chat in real life, you know, and so it was very cool. And John's a great dude, and we had a great job. And his band's new album is great, and their next album there is going to be on Don Giovanni Records, which is cool. That's like an actual very good label. So out of New Jersey. So shout out to those dudes. Check them out. But anyways, it was fun to be able to do that, you know, hang out with those guys.
Go to the skate park.
No, yeah, nothing like that.
Watch the kids.
You know what I did though is I wore Chuckies because I'm like, oh, it's a punk show. I'll put on my old Chuckies. And before the show, I walked around that downtown area for a little bit in Aberdeen looking for an ATM. And after about 20 minutes, I'm like, yeah,
okay,
like Converse, you know. And but just the old kind that don't have any, you know, there's nothing in those shoes. So after about 30 minutes, I was like, oh, that's why I don't wear these anymore. Like my feet were fucking killing me, you know. So more of the same thing, like not sleeping on floors. Yeah. Anyways. Now Sam Havage is asking if Zach's doing a jigsaw puzzle off cam. Probably came in later, but no, Zach's doing Legos.
I'm doing it like I could just.
Yeah.
There we go. You guys remind me to do my Legos.
Yeah, I did a stream once, Zach, where I did Legos. People loved it.
Really?
You could do that. You could do that.
I love
Zach
Legos.
is truly a Lego maniac.
That's what I was called all the time in elementary school, and I didn't know how I felt about it. Are you a Lego maniac? Yeah.
Because that was a commercial, right? That's why that was a thing, right?
Yeah, it was a commercial.
Yeah. But now you fucking own it, man.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Now look at me. I'm building the biggest Lego kit in the world. Actually, I think there is. So this is 9,000. I think this is the second biggest Lego kit. I think there is one bigger because Dallas and I built the Millennium Falcon, which is around 5,000 at the time. That was the biggest. But somebody in chat find out what is the biggest one. There's one bigger than the Titanic. I can't remember what it is though.
But you're doing the Titanic.
The Twin Towers.
I'm doing the Titanic.
They have
People
a
are
big
asking.
Twin Towers one. World Trade Center. Yeah.
Yeah, they're only making all the biggest Lego things are huge tragedies. That's what
I think it's a MILF monster.
MILF monster. Yeah. And you could be like a little man boy or whatever Sam's into. I can't remember what his whole thing was.
Yeah.
Oh
There's
my
little man
God,
boys.
that's funny. Man boys.
Have you ever been to Legoland, Zach?
No. Where is Legoland? Isn't that in like Copenhagen or something?
That's out your way.
There. It's in California.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's in
It's like
LA,
in
right?
near San Diego, I think. I think
is
it's
it?
near. I think it's southern. Yeah.
Okay.
Darren, are you going to be coming to LA anytime soon?
God, I wish. I am going to Florida and Texas for Christmas holidays, but not going out to LA.
Okay.
But I should. I really do. I just want to make a trip straight out to LA. Because it always seems like I'm trying to see my dad or whoever, and I'm trying to get out to LA, but it never really works out. And like that last time, Tom wanted to do Yosemite, so I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll do that. And I was going to come to LA, but he pulled me into Yosemite, and that was...
Yeah.
It's gotta be hard to...
That's a good point. Just skip Texas, go to LA.
I know. I just want to come do an LA trip and like solid... Like... When I was there, Sam, at your house, and I just stayed with you for like how many days did I stay with you? It was like 9 days or something. That was great. We went surfing and just ate a bunch of weed gummies, and that was, you know, I don't think that was a great time, but I mean, it was still like just nice to be with you guys.
Yeah, man. Well, come back, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Lego Art World map is, according to Lego's website, that's the current biggest one. It's a map of the world with an art mosaic as a background.
And how many
11
pieces is that?
Over 11,000.
Wow.
And the next one is they have an Eiffel Tower that's 10,001. Then the Titanic. So I think right now it's at number 3 because of that map thing. And then after
That seems-
Titanic is the Colosseum.
I built the Lego Eiffel Tower. Maybe it's a new one, but I remember I built the Lego Eiffel Tower like in 2007.
Oh, well, here you go. It says on this thing, while we have released Lego brick models of the Eiffel Tower before, none compete with this one in terms of sheer size and grandeur.
Oh.
Measuring 58.5 inches high. It's our tallest Lego set to date. It's a new one, I guess. So it's
Okay.
$630. These things are
Yeah,
expensive.
this was
yeah.
like $675.
Jeez.
But
And the Colosseum's on there after Titanic, and then the Millennium Falcon, probably the same model you did. Ooh, then they have an AT-AT.
What do you do with them when you finish them?
Well, you know what I'm going to do? So I have the other big one I have currently is it's a NASA rocket, and I break it down and because the books come and they have the bags that are numbered. So I get a bunch of Ziploc bags, and I put note cards, and I reverse, I put all the numbers in the Ziploc bags. So as I break them down, I put them in the appropriate bags, and then I put that in a box and put it in the attic. So when I want to build them again, I don't have to like have it all in a big chaotic pile. I can go through and do the same sort of like unbagging process.
Every book has a separate instruction book.
Yeah, because this is like
For every
so
bag.
big that there's like this
Jesus
is book
Christ.
4 of the instruction manual. I mean, it's
Of how many?
4. There's 4.
Oh, so you're on the
I'm
last one.
Yeah, this is the final. Like I'm on the rudder here, so it's like this is it's almost.
Wow, yeah.
It's
And this
almost
isn't
there.
a joke or
Alright.
anything, but there's not an iceberg. I mean, it's
No,
maybe a
somebody
little
else
bit of a
was asking
joke.
me that yesterday. No iceberg.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna call bullshit here to this Lego
The map.
world art map.
Okay.
All right,
You think
first
it's
off,
cheating
it's-
basically on their
It's
part?
like, first off, it's just like a flat image. It's not any sort of like structure or anything.
Right.
Secondly, it's all the pieces are the same size. They're all like it's basically like a pixel map.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay. So we'll
It-
just
it
say
doesn't-
fuck that
yeah.
one. And the Eiffel Tower's number 1, 10,001, and then Zach's the Titanic.
Yeah.
So hey, John Haroon's in chat now. Hey Timmy, what's up? The show's great. Hey buddy. Hey, are you guys? Where are you, John? You guys aren't back yet. I think you had 5 more shows or something. I don't know. Beecham says, "Can we skip Lego talk?" No, but I tell you what, we can do. Time your punk ass out.
We
Oh.
no.
They didn't
I
have any
appreciate
icons
when
by
people
their
get-
name. Fog up. Fog up. That's the only thing they've said.
Can we skip
I don't like
Lego
that.
talk?
Like when Sam was
It's
talking about
legit.
charity and someone said skip, like that's why I timed out.
Oh yeah, I
That's not
forgot
cool.
about the skip tokens.
Yeah.
No,
but don't
is
do it during
It's
charity.
cool for them to say shit like that.
I want to get back into the skip
Yeah.
token.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine.
What's
I-
the
I
point
mean-
of having fan chat interaction if you
True.
only take the good, man? You gotta fucking suck all that. You gotta
Yeah,
suck
but I
every
mean-
dick. You gotta
yeah,
suck
but
the ugly dick.
Absolutely,
as well
man. I'm down with sucking
Ugly
ugly dicks, but occasionally people are like, it's like, too much, or just like, fuck you, kind of thing, But yeah, I'll deal with. If I've timed out 2 people in 2 hours, big deal. And I never fucking time people out,
I
but
don't think I've
today
ever
I felt
timed
like
anyone out on this.
Okay.
every once in a while,
Just out of curiosity, Timmy, go into Google image search ugly dick, save search off, and tell me if you would suck that dick.
Oh, I like this game.
Hmm,
I wish we could screen share.
I don't,
We can.
because this will get us in trouble.
Ah, who
Yeah,
cares? We'll switch over to some other streaming site.
Wait, what am I looking over? Ugly dicks? What am I looking for?
Yeah, ugly dick.
Ugly dick singular. Okay.
Yeah.
And then image.
And
Save
describe
search.
it as
image.
vividly as you can because we can't see it.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, we can't see it. Oh,
Can you draw a picture of it at least?
Okay,
Remember, I
some
got
of
in
these are
trouble for
pretty
the-
fucking ugly, man.
so would you suck that ugly dick?
Some of these I wouldn't. So that one I would give a timeout to. That
Some
one I
of
give
these
a
I
timeout to.
wouldn't. Some I would. Some I would.
Gross.
All right.
Okay, there's
Uh,
some weirdly. There's a little. Okay, so there's a. There. I'm gonna describe
Ew.
this because it kind
Ew.
of.
This one here is all ball sack.
Yeah, there's one that's like a small uncircumcised dick and a little ball sack next to it. And okay, it's a naked picture of this guy. And he's got written on the thighs with arrows pointing to it. On one thigh it says small, ugly, nasty. And on the other thigh, this relates to whitest kids. On the other thigh it says piglet dick.
Does it really?
It does.
That's amazing.
It does, man. It
Wow.
says, Sam, do you see that one? You did the search?
Yeah,
You see it?
Did the search. It's from the website Freak Den.
Okay. Yeah, there's some pretty weird
Okay.
shit. Just the first couple rows are just ugly dicks. Then before the second row's over, you got an old lady blowing an old man, and then it gets weirder from there, So
Oh,
I mean, look, it's
Aw.
okay for old people to blow each other. Just I didn't expect it to show up, So hey, there's another donor here with a question that might be interesting. Guy on the internet donated $3. Thank you. And
Thanks,
says,
Guy.
what's one gift you wanted growing up but never got for Christmas? And I don't know if
I
can-
wanted a glowing electric Tron outfit.
Are those a
Remember,
thing?
I asked for it. I was like, that's all I want. Santa will give it to me. That's the only thing I'm asking for. And my mom was just like, I never
Is
got it.
was that something that was available at the time?
No,
No.
only in the movie Tron,
made it up.
which
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
you made
a
it up.
product of special effects. Like,
Although
it couldn't
they could
exist.
easily make that now with those LED strips.
Yeah, now they
Sure.
could. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably cosplayers that do it.
Yeah.
yeah. I think you can. I'm looking at. You can probably buy them, Etsy or something.
I bet. Yeah, I can't really think of one, but I do remember one time talking with my parents. I had a dream when I was a kid that I had someone gave me a huge bucket, like a big 5-gallon big bucket filled with He-Man action figures, all the different ones. And then I woke up and it wasn't real, and I was super bummed. And I told my parents about it, and they're like, "Oh, okay," but it's like, we're not doing that for you, but no, that's too bad.
Oh,
Yeah. We didn't do a lot of action figures. We had a couple of Ninja Turtle ones, from my younger siblings, but I had like 3 G.I. Joes and 1 plane, a couple of He-Man toys. Didn't really do a lot of that.
I was a big Karate Kid, dude.
Yeah.
So I wore that whatever bandana for
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
4 months in a row. My parents were like, "Take it off."
they're like, Darren, wash it. Just wash it. You don't even have to get rid of it. Just
No.
please.
No, I'll lose my
Like
power.
flies all over your head. Like, no.
I don't
Oh.
know. I think I don't even know if I've actually seen the first Karate Kid. I think I've seen part 2.
Really?
I think I've seen part
The
1.
first Karate Kid's
Wow.
great.
I'm sure it is,
heard
there's
it's the
just
best
movies,
kung fu
everybody's
movie.
got blind spots, but what'd you say, Nate?
I
know
heard
what
it's the
Nate
best
said.
kung fu
Kenny heard
movie.
it's the best kung fu movie.
Yeah, he's saying that
Yeah.
For a reason. When the first Trailer Boys I
Of-
guessed it on.
I say stuff for a reason too.
Do you?
Most everything I say is for a reason.
I mean, he brought it up in that specific parlance because
know.
one time I co-hosted Trailer Boys with him, and it was kung fu, and I'm kind of a kung fu nerd now, and Nate, of course, loves to
Kung Fu-ner?
kung fu nerd. Sorry.
I'm a Kung Fu-ner.
That'd be great if you got into actual martial arts and went to the class or whatever with everybody else. Yeah, I want to join this because I'm a big kung fu-ner. They're like, what? Someone who loves kung fu-ner. Anyways, so I'm talking about Shaw Brothers and all these different kung fu films from China and Hong Kong, whatever. And Nate, being Nate and contrarian and just kind of his own unique animal, says Karate Kid is the best kung fu movie ever made. And I said something like, Nate, how did I say it? Because what happened is I said something like, I can't believe you're saying that I can't believe you're saying that Karate Kid is the best kung fu ever made. And then he clipped it so that it sounds like me saying Karate Kid is the best kung fu movie ever made.
Solid.
It's still on the Reddit. I think it's on
Oh.
Whitest Kids Reddit somewhere. But yeah, I've seen 2 and 3. I don't know if I've ever seen the first one. I haven't seen the.
Oh,
Then there was one with a
how?
girl, Hilary Swank.
No. I don't even
Don't
know how
know if
that's
it's not the
possible.
best movie. Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, exactly. I don't know, Nate. I don't know. But Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita in an American film in the 80s is probably not going to have whatever you would consider the best martial arts about time. It doesn't mean it's not a good movie.
Why? Why not?
Because
Okay.
it's like not because it's not with anybody that was like a master of it at that time. You know, like Ralph Macchio isn't like, you know, Gordon Liu or fucking, you know, Jackie Chan or
'cause he's white.
the guys in the Venom mob, Philip Kwok or anything like that. You see, and I'm saying dropping nerdy weird shit, but you know, but
All
I could
right,
be
how
wrong.
about this? Let's Google how much the best one of those movies made, and then let's Google how much Karate Kid made, and then we'll decide what's the best.
There's this
Boom.
movie trivia app on
Boom.
my phone, and the one I always there's different little games that come up, little trivia questions, and the ones I always fail is put these movies in order of box office, like. And I just hate, and I know you're joking, Zach, but I hate.
I'm dead serious.
I just hate when that's used as a metric of quality. You know, it's such a.
What
bummer.
other metric is there?
Did you like it or not? You know, but also like with something like martial arts, it's like, okay, well, there's people out there, masters, who can tell you, okay, that is excellent. You know, kung funing. You know.
Yeah, those masters, they're called Box Office Mojo. And
Well,
they're readily available.
What if, you know, I mean, I've never been to the Shaolin Temple. What if you get to on Wudang Mountain and you go to the Shaolin Temple, and up at the top, the highest guy through all 36 chambers, and like the lead monk, whatever, he's just got a fucking like Apple 2Gs up there, and he's just been doing Joe Blow for, you know, 25 years. And what's that other one? Movie mistakes or those
Movie
trailers?
Mojo?
Yeah, but
Box Office Mojo? Wait.
yeah, but then there's that YouTube series where they're like, "Hey, look, this movie made a mistake." Haha. What's
Oh,
that?
yeah, there's one of those on Barbarian. Like everything wrong with Barbarian.
How do you feel
yeah.
about that? Do you just not care?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
should
I
watch
just
it.
hate
and
that
be like,
people do
oh,
stuff.
of course, I should have known.
No!
Is it
Oh
that
my
guy
God!
who does the pitch meetings for the movie? Have you seen that?
No.
Mm-mm.
Like he does, he basically it's him. He's playing both characters, but he'll pitch Inception in the studio room, like before they make the movie, and it's just him sitting there explaining the movie, and the other guy's like, "Oh yeah, so this is what's gonna happen." He's like, "Yeah, and this one's gonna happen." Well, why was that gonna happen? It's like, well, because I don't know, and it's just like basically like destroying the movie and like pointing out all the plot holes throughout the entire film. He does it for like a ton of films.
I think the
Anyway.
channel's called Pitch Meeting.
Is it really?
Huh.
I just don't.
I'll bet he could write a really good movie if he tried.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
right. I know.
I just don't
I
get
would
the-
really love to see the movie that he would make.
Yeah.
I don't get spending time ripping something apart, or even spending time just telling someone why you don't like something. You know, it's like just talk about something you do like. I don't know.
I kind of enjoy it.
Is it? Yeah, do you? I mean,
A
and I
little
mean,
bit.
people obviously do. The guys like
If
does it for a
it's-
job.
If it's
you know?
warranted, I do enjoy it a little bit.
When is it warranted?
If the movie's really bad.
Well, see, and that's where
But,
I hit a
like,
wall
I don't
because
know.
I don't think. And I
And
do.
I
Okay,
know,
so
I
go ahead,
know,
sorry.
like I know, like the process of making a movie is so fucking hard, and it's like long, hard days, and everyone puts so much work into it. But I there are some movies where I just feel like it's warranted. I don't know.
right. Well,
I understand that. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I love ripping apart movies that I hate. You know, I totally get it. I don't know. I don't even have anything to add. It's fun.
Punish War says, Darren, isn't your favorite movie date movie?
Well, yeah, you got me. I'll shut
Well,
up.
but that's the thing. So the other night I did a stream on our channel that was just me talking about movies, because every time I do something else, that's just what it turns into anyways. And I was talking about how like I just kind of like when someone says a movie's so bad it's good, I feel like, well, then you just think it's good. That's okay. You know, like even if the reason you're entertained is something that was not intended by the filmmakers, well, you know, it's still good to you in a way, is what I feel like. I just feel like there can be when it comes to lots of different kinds of art now, there's so much focus on like, let's talk about why this sucks. It's like, well, why don't you talk about why you like something? I feel like that's just more interesting, you know? If something actually touches you in a way, let's hear about that, you know? I want to hear about people being touched.
Can I talk about why I like a movie? For
Yes.
a second? I went to IMDb and I looked up the best Shaw Brothers movies, and the best one, Five Fingers of Death, is rated a 7.1
Mhm.
on IMDb, and Karate Kid is rated a 7.3. So
Okay, there
Karate
you go.
Kid is metrically a better movie.
There we go.
What else do we need?
By the always right
Yeah.
IMDb.
What else do we need, guys?
The
That's
public
like,
has spoken.
Yeah, there you go. Is that
Yeah.
still, is IMDb, do they still say Shawshank Redemption is the best movie of all time every year? Still, do they do that?
Yikes.
I don't know.
Because they were doing that for a
I-
long time. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that as a reference to that, like whatever, that's funny. But
think it's The
I know
Dark
that
Knight
was
now.
happening for a long time. What?
It
I
might
think
be
it's
the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Dark Knight.
Really?
Oh, dude.
Listen,
really?
I'm
Let
like
me
the
see.
one of us here that even likes that movie, but still, it's like, what are you guys doing?
No,
You know what movie
Shawshank's it's number 1. Godfather's number 2.
The
Dark Knight's-
Godfather.
Dark Knight's number 3. This is do you follow Letterboxd on Instagram? This is like
No.
every Letterboxd video is like, oh god, oh my top 4 movies. This is so hard. Top 4 movies.
Uh-huh.
Top 4. Godfather 1 and 2.
Oh, God.
Ponyo and
Oh,
the Nutty Professor.
You're right, though. It's
Not
always like, it's always like one or two agreed upon masterpieces, and then some weird thing that's always the fun one, is like when it's some random ass movie.
Oh, it's
You know.
the what were they? The Cramps? The Crumps?
The Crumps? The Clumps? Was it Clumps or
The
Crumps?
Clumps.
Was it the
Clumps.
Clumps?
Clumps.
I remember watching
Cranks.
Nutty Professor and that fart scene around the family dinner table. Like, I lost my shit. I like was crying.
Man,
laughing.
Darren, you love
That was
fart
the
sounds.
funniest thing ever.
I have never
And I
seen
love that
the
you
Nutty
love them.
Professor.
Neither have I. What? What? It's unbelievable. I would
People
love.
always give me the hardest time about it. I just haven't seen it, guys.
I'd love for people to do that about really random shit. Like, I've never seen
Yeah.
Alex and Emma. Oh my God. How'd you get this old without seeing Alex and Emma? Which I don't even know what that is. I know it's some romantic comedy from like 15 years ago.
I don't even know what that is.
I just know that I remember saw a poster for it when we lived in New York.
This might be surprising, but I've never seen Kiss the Girls. With Morgan Freeman and Ashley Judd?
What? That's part of the Freeman Juddiverse. Are you serious?
You never
Wait,
seen
did
Kiss?
they also do Along Came a Spider? Is that the two of them?
Yes.
I
And
love
then
that it is,
was it also Double Jeopardy? Was that them too?
It is a
Double
No,
movie.
he's
Jeopardy
not in
was
Double
her
Jeopardy.
and
Okay.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Right.
And Tommy Lee Jones doesn't even enter Double Jeopardy. I watched that like 2 months ago until like 2/3 of the way into the movie. The whole movie is just like, when the fuck is Tommy Lee Jones gonna get here? I can't take it.
There's some
Zach,
good
have you
ones
ever
in
seen-
chat. Fuzzy Drug says, you haven't seen Home Fries?
Yeah.
I think
Zach,
it's
have you
Luke
ever-
Wilson and Drew Barrymore.
Wilson? Yeah. That one's weird.
Is it? I
Do you
just
know-
know it from like seeing it at the video store or whatever.
Do you know what the premise of Home Fries is?
Uh-uh.
Two, I think they're brothers who are helicopter pilots. I think they scare the mother's boyfriend who's cheating on her into having a heart attack, and their transmission gets picked up by a fast food restaurant while they're doing it, and they're worried they're going to get caught, and so Luke Wilson has to get a job at the fast food restaurant, and then he falls in love with Drew Barrymore, who is working at the fast food restaurant at the time.
Jesus.
That's
That's
my
weird.
movie. That's what
Oh,
I'm writing
no,
right now.
Darren. Darren, you know what you do? Don't panic, man. Just make one of your characters a gorilla, and I think you'll be okay. I mean, aren't there
Is-
really only?
wait,
What did
chat,
Trevor used to
for
say? There's
people
only
in
like.
chat
Uh-huh.
that I was pretty close, right? I haven't seen it since it came out, but like that was pretty close to the plot, right?
Fatty Addy 123, which this is, it seems like a dig at people who collect fancy Blu-rays, says, I bought a 4-disc Drew Barrymore romantic comedy set for Home Fries. Oh, you mean you bought it? Oh no, that's not what they're saying. They bought one of those 4 movies on 1 disc thing. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Well, Fatty Daddy might have seen it.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Fatty Daddy bought a
that's
4-disc set for home fries. I misread that before, but yeah, okay, got it.
Tubi was invented for movies like Home Fries.
Totally, man.
I've never really used Tubi.
It's interesting. There's a lot of crap on there.
There's a lot of ads.
What is it?
Yeah, well, so Tubi is a free streaming service. They have TV shows and movies, but it's all free. They just show ads.
How do you
That's the
spell
thing.
it?
Okay.
TUBI.
UBI.
Oh.
I
Um,
wonder if you
it's-
guys have it over there.
I have
It's-
Mubi, MUBI.
Yeah,
It's
we
movies
have
like
that too.
for art
Awesome.
films, right? Yeah.
so good. It's like
I-
just I've been
But is
watching.
it ads?
No,
No ads.
it's
You
a
pay
thing you
for
pay
it.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I mean, just so many great European. I mean, they're all around the world. They even have American films in there too. But
Yeah, it's a lot of Indian
love
art
it.
house kind of stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And they do, I think what they do is they add a new one every month and then one goes away, but they consistently have a pretty
No,
good
they have
collection,
on
right?
like several.
Oh.
Yeah, because like, what was the name of the film that you just saw, Zach, that you really liked? Was a masterpiece?
Zone of interest.
Yeah, Zone of Interest. So I looked it up, and like the lead girl in that, whatever Holler, something Holler. She's a German actress, and
Yeah, she's Anatomy of a Fall.
she's amazing. I've watched her in like 3 films, like Tony Erdmann and Sybil, and yeah, I've watched it all on Mubi. Like it's just like this curated like streaming of great films. It's really
Cool.
awesome. Highly
Do you think
recommend.
is it better than Criterion?
Criterion?
I don't know. I haven't done Criterion.
Criterion
Oh,
gets
really?
the weird genre shit too. That's what I like about the Criterion channel. You know, they'll get
Criterion
like
is fucking awesome.
French New Wave,
Yeah.
but then they'll also put up like
So is that a channel or is it a streaming service?
no, it's a
It's
streaming
both.
service, but they call it the Criterion channel.
Oh, I think maybe I'll get that then.
Yeah, you should. It's pretty amazing.
Here's a good joke from chat. Chiefer Blunterland says, "I love Daba Doobie. It's Adam Sandler's streaming service."
That was really good.
That's a good
Congrats,
funny.
sir.
Gabadooey.
because
Gabadoo.
Criterion channel just put up. I don't have a subscription right now, but they just put up a movie. I've been wanting to see. Jabba Doobie Doo. You know what though? Honestly, if they did a streaming service, it was just like the 30 or 40 films or whatever he's been involved with at this point, probably more. I'd check it out for a month, and just like fucking mainline all the Adam Sandler movies I've never seen.
It's funny. Sarah and I were like, when Jack and Jill came out, we watched it and we were just kind of like slap happy, I guess. And we were like laughing our asses off. And then like last week, we're like, let's go again. Let's try Jack and Jill again. And we put it on and we were just watching it, just like totally like, what the fuck? I can't do this. We fucking turned it off after 10 minutes.
It's like
I've watched the
ridiculous,
trailer
right?
to it and been like, I should put this on recently.
You should.
Principal Role
I mean,
says,
it's
sorry.
crazy.
Principal Role says, FYI, if anyone has Canopy with a K, which is a streaming service, through their library or whatever, they have the Criterion films on there. So I have Canopy through my library, but I search stuff and it's always like your brand, your institution, meaning my library, does not have this. It's like, so I don't know. Apparently, who the institution can pick out what they have. And so mine's being picked out from someone that works at the library in Watertown, South Dakota, who I once had a conversation. There was this Twin Peaks book came out that I wanted to read that was fiction. It was it was about the characters. It was like a Twin Peaks novel. It says a novel on the cover, and they shelved it in the nonfiction next to the like books about like the making of TV shows. And I said like, well, this is actually a novel. They're like, okay.
So did they correct it?
No, of course not. I'm just a guy. I'm probably the only fucking person that ever checked those out. You know what I mean? So
they're like, yeah, we don't care.
yeah, some fat Twin Peaks nerd. We just got those. We just got sometimes we just buy books to keep our funding for more books. So we can buy a lot of copies of the next, fucking Harry Potter or whatever.
Get more subscriptions to highlights.
I can't watch Criterion Channel in the UK.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
too
it's
bad.
only US and Canada.
isn't there a way to lie to the internet about where you are?
Well, yeah, I guess I could do a VPN, but
Because don't people do that to watch like Canadian Netflix and stuff?
Yeah.
I should just do that anyways. Because there's so much stuff you guys have over there I can't watch.
But and vice
BritBox.
versa though too. Yeah. BritBox.
Yeah, Darren doesn't get BritBox.
Oh yeah,
But
he
he
doesn't get BritBox.
Doesn't he have
'cause
access to the shows that are on BritBox though? Because he's there.
What?
Wait, Darren, do you have TV over there, like cable or whatever?
I don't sign up to cable. I just
Okay.
have streaming services. I just
Right.
have apps on my
Right.
TV.
Okay. But
So-
well, I was just
so
curious.
What's the temperature like in England right now? The social temperature. What's going on? Like you're a man
Social
on the street there. You know, how are people? How's everyone's spirits in jolly old England?
What the fuck are you fucking asking?
I don't know.
No, but I'm just
I'm
gonna
asking-
Weird.
Yeah. I'm not, Darren, what's the vibe? That's what I'm asking.
Okay.
All right.
What's the vibe in England?
What's the vibe in England?
Generally, what's the general vibe?
They're really bitchy. They're bitching about price of living and all that stuff.
Oh,
And I'm just like, dude, I went back to the States and I went to the grocery store to buy like a bag of groceries, like stuff for my kids for the morning, like yogurt, bread, milk, whatever. And I ended up spending like $140. And I was like, what the fuck?
In America.
In America.
Yeah.
But like here in England, like I can go to the grocery store and get all the same stuff and I pay like 18 pounds for the same thing. And they're
Really?
like, oh,
Which is
yeah,
like
no.
what, 40 American probably, right? Something like that.
No, it's like probably 24 or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I knew it was not much. Okay.
Yeah. But is like, and then like a bag of chips in America is like $8.
No,
Like a big one? Well, big
Yeah.
ones,
Yes, it
dude.
is. In Texas, like a bag of chips, not a family size, like a normal bag of chips is like $8.50. And I was like,
that's crazy.
There are some
that's
very
insane. You're going to
there's
the wrong
some
store.
there's some very insane prices randomly, regionally that are happening here right now. It's crazy. We had like eggs at like $5-6 for a little while, and now they're back down to like, a dozen eggs, 2 or 3, whatever. But like
That
for
was
a
the
little while,
thing.
they were super duper expensive.
Yeah, that was the thing.
That was the thing everywhere. Okay. Because I just
think
like
so,
I was
yeah.
buying, when my daughter's back, we're gonna do make a bunch of Christmas cookies, and like some of the ingredients I was buying was like, why is this like $8 like for a bag of whatever kind of chocolate stuff? It's like just random stuff is just super fucking expensive.
right. Maybe it's gone now, but I think there was a time there in the US where like inflation was like really high. So-
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
They complain about that shit all the time here. And I'm like, what are you complaining about?
Yeah.
This is nothing.
Everyone in chat's blaming it on Biden except codependent, who's blaming it on Obama.
All right, we got a lot of fucking
Makes sense.
elephants in chat. Cool.
Yeah.
Flying Circus Baby says, bro, eggs went up to $9 here. It's because the chickens got more rights. It's a funny comment.
Maybe the reason that they have it so much cheaper over there is because they complain so much.
I mean, we do
Oh.
get this country historically and generally is very good at getting distracted away from complaining and from demanding change. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, stop having protests. Here's Netflix and a new kind of beer. It's like just that happens all the time.
I did see a notification on my computer screen, I think yesterday, that like the first poll came in and Trump is like leading Biden. It's like, dude, if Trump goes back into office, are you guys ready for that?
I don't know. Man.
Holy
Ready for
God.
that?
Like, is he gonna be like still on trial too? Like, can you even do that? I don't even know how that shit works. It's like,
God.
Crazy. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring politics in. I just
yeah, it's okay.
came up.
Yeah, next year is gonna suck ass.
Oh, it's gonna be.
I'm just another election
Yeah.
with Trump and Biden. I'm just like, I can't, man.
What is that debate going to be? I mean, I
I
remember
bet they don't
feeling
even
this way
debate.
before
I
debated
bet they
last
don't even
time.
debate.
Well, but because Trump hasn't been debating the primaries at all.
Yeah.
He didn't do any of them.
He doesn't
So
need to.
I know.
Oh,
It's just-
brutal.
Yeah, yeah. The whole thing with like,
They're
people
both
aren't-
too old.
People, not enough people. Exactly.
Yeah,
Not enough
yeah.
people
Like,
vote.
also,
Well, how are you
they're
going to
both
energize
way too
younger
old.
people to vote when you keep? Yeah, exactly, Sam. Like fucking 80-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Trump will.
What?
Energize young people to vote.
Yeah, I fucking because their parents failed them, so now they're dumb, and he can do that. That's how I see it. Oh, God.
All right, dude.
Guys.
On that happy note, I gotta hop
Yeah.
off.
Everything's
Wait,
fucked. Goodbye.
I just want to say to chat, like, don't vote for Trump. Come
I
on.
know.
Yeah,
it's like,
please,
what
God,
the
don't.
fuck is the
Please
matter
don't
with you?
vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Tell
on this
tell
note
your
of
friends.
on this note of apocalyptic negativity, I want to say also that the last week in South Dakota was like 60 degrees a few times, 50s and 60s, and like the first few days, I'm like, this is all right, not bad, a little break from the winter, and then it kept going. And everybody's like, wow, we're really getting a lot of nice days, and I was just like, polar bears are drowning. We're gonna have to live underground in 20 years, just like that's what it is, Yay.
You want
Anyways.
to check donos before you sign off?
All right, you guys.
Check donos.
Great to
Yes.
see you all.
All right,
Talk
bye,
soon,
bye,
dude.
Zach. Love you, buddy. See you later.
Yep.
Good luck on your boat. Okay, yeah, let me check the
Whoa,
donuts.
I look
Oh,
cool on the
you've been getting a lot of compliments, man.
no, on the Twitch screen.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Whoa,
Whoa.
little motion blurs. Whoa.
Cool.
Whoa, there's
I
like
like
a bunch
that.
of you. That's crazy. Hey, I'll do some donuts. Thunder Bunny donated $10. Says, hi boys. Wondering if you could do a segment where you guys try to say names of places in Michigan,
Sure.
French and native
Okay.
influences. We could try this now.
With French and native
Lansing.
influences?
So that, well, I mean, because you guys
Or
aren't
just
looking at it, so maybe
Detroit?
huh?
Wait, places in Michigan with French?
Yes,
Oh,
just
okay.
like how Wisconsin, South Dakota does too. Minnesota has a lot of those. But you know what I'll do, Thunder Bunny? I'll send these guys this list, and next time we stream, I'll try and read them because it is a funny idea. Then Codependent donated $42 and says, "Oh wait, that's 42. Is that Australian?" It says $42. Does that mean Australian? Yeah. Anyways, thank you for your donation. It says,
Wow,
it's
that's
my
awesome.
sister's birthday. Can you say happy birthday to her? Maybe apologize for me for stealing her She-Ra doll.
What's her name?
Yeah,
Happy
it doesn't say. It
birthday.
doesn't say.
Sorry
Happy
for
birthday, sister.
sorry.
Sorry, Codependent stole your shit.
Yeah, that sucks. If it was me, I wouldn't forget it forever. Hold on to that. Happy birthday.
Fucking hold a grudge.
What
And
are
then
you saying,
John Haroon from the band that I did a show with says, oh, this is important. Let's say this. Okay, he donated $5 and says, hey, Timmy, we're still on tour at the moment, but my roommate just told me my cat got out last night. Could you please ask chat to send good vibes for him to get home? I feel awful. I'm still on the road and can't be there to look for him. Yeah, that is a bummer. Sorry, man. I feel, yeah. Hopefully the cats can do that, right? They'll just come home sometimes. So hopefully that's what happens.
Go out. You're supposed to go out at night to look for them, and you're also supposed to put something that you wear that smells like you. You're supposed to hang it outside your home and put some food on the ground, and then go out at night, like midnight, to go looking for your cat to see if it's around, because it's probably around and like sleeping inside a car or in a garage or something. And then that's how I found my cat. I lost my cat for 2 nights when I first got to London.
Oh, jeez.
And dude, when you go out at night, like walking London streets, I mean, fucking cats everywhere, and it was unreal. And then I got a cat. Yeah.
When I was in high school and we took a tour of Italy and Greece, like Italy, there's fucking cats everywhere too. But John,
when I was in Greece, there was dogs everywhere.
Yes, I saw that too when I was in Greece, and also Pompeii, Italy. Famous town that got destroyed by a volcano. Tons of stray dogs when I was there. But John is not, so he's not home. But John, you should tell your roommate to do that. Put out one of your shirts or something, and like those are all good tips from Darren. Darren, do you still have both your cats?
I do, but they're so old.
Yeah, I mean, how old is Milton now?
He's like 18.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, because you got him.
I think he's deaf now. He's like, got all the bones sticking out, and
man. And Judy kind of too, or what?
Yeah, Judy's okay. Judy's not as old, so she's probably like 15 or 16. But
so Milton can Milton smoke now? since Milton's
Dude,
18.
Hilton, dude, we give him Crown Royal. I mean, he can do whatever the fuck. He
But in
wants.
Britain, that's different. I mean, you can be
Yeah.
younger and smoke there, right?
I think so. They can. You can drink at like 16 here.
Yeah.
I
Fucking
think.
tear it up,
cool.
Milton. I have no
Drink at
idea if
16 in England.
yeah,
Huh?
generally Europe almost everywhere but here.
High schools must be pretty. I mean, I guess we could drink at 16 in America. We just weren't allowed to.
Right.
Right.
Well, the
But
thing
yeah,
is but moderation and Darren, you know, you're over there, so maybe you know more, but I feel like because of the younger drinking ages that they've had in place forever, that moderation is more of the thing, and there's not a lot of crazy. I feel like there's not as much binge drinking, or at least not as much like you don't hear about people having problems from it as you do here. Is that true? No, there's still a lot of binge drinking. Okay.
No, it's people drink here like fishes.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy. It's funny because I had to do it's the NHS here, the National Health Service. And so I got a text message and they're like, hey, you got to come in for a check-in. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I went to do my checkup and they like weighed me, whatever, that kind of shit. And they sat me down and they're like, how many drinks do you have in a week? And I was like, none. I stopped drinking 7 years ago. And they're like, oh, okay. And then, and she had an apprentice with her, or a learning kid. She's like, okay, so you don't have to ask that question. So next question is, why do you drink so much? So you don't skip that question. And then, dude, the next like 5 questions were all about drinking. It's like part of their National Health Service, like.
Oh my
checkup.
God, that's
I was
so
like,
funny.
my God. They just like know that everyone's drinking so much that they just have these loaded questions.
Did you
like,
ask her like, when's the last time you met a sober guy?
To
You know?
me, yeah.
How often? You know?
please take your hand off my leg? Why?
Don't lick that. Stop licking that.
Oh, you're not.
Someone
allowed
is
to
asking,
sleep
what's
in here?
Please wake up. Fluffles Wrath, good name, says, how is the marijuana culture in the EU? Do you see or hear much about that, Darren? Because you don't do that anymore either, do you?
I don't, man. I don't know. Marijuana is just kind of scary for me. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I really liked smoking weed and having a little bit of a drink with it because it could like just take that edge off. And with me and weed, I get the edge just becomes too neurotic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I get like crazy and I just don't like the feeling anymore. So
Get it.
yeah, that's why like when I get weed gummies with Sam, I mean I'm literally biting off the ear of a gummy bear because that's all that I want or need. Any more than that, I'm a fucking mess.
I had one of those dreams last night where I broke my sobriety.
Oh,
That was
really?
weird.
Wow.
Yeah, and you're like, wait, why did I do that? Like, I always have these dreams where it's like, all of a sudden, it's like I like smoke pot, and then I'm like, wait, I'm sober. I don't smoke pot.
Yeah.
Wow, I guess
You like wake up like depressed and
I
disappointed.
guess I smoke
and you're
pot
like,
now.
Wait, I didn't do that.
Was it a
Yeah.
fun dream?
No.
Hey, John Haroon just got a call from someone who found his cat. So we did it.
Oh
He
wow.
found his cat.
They just found his cat. That's awesome.
He put
Good
his
job,
shirt
everybody.
outside and found his cat. He followed my advice.
Maybe, but it was
Yeah.
only like that was only like 7 minutes ago. So
He put his
wow.
shirt outside, and he got a call from a guy.
Darren is
So
magic.
yeah, it
Dude,
worked.
take your fucking shirt. I found your cat. Yeah, but do you said like is weed legal there? I don't even know. I mean, is weed even I mean,
I think it's decriminalized,
Okay.
but I don't think it's legal. Like, no, there's definitely no weed shops or anything like that.
it's weird we're starting to get those here. I mean, for medicinal in South Dakota, like in my town. And it's just so funny, you know. People just can be so stereotypical about stuff. Like the first dispensary you get is like Lion's Den with a big, you know, Jamaican flag
They're
colored
always
lion
wacky.
face. It's like, are there any out there that aren't that?
Yeah,
I
it's like the
you know,
crazy bulldog. You know,
Yeah.
It's like,
I-
oh.
it's funny because I smoked pot in California before it became recreationally legal. So it was like always like medicinally legal when I was
Right.
here. And the thing that I found the most fascinating was the shitty decor of these weed dispensaries. Like there were so many that had like some version of a Scarface poster. And it was
Oh, man.
Like hardcore blow.
yeah.
It's like
Just
he's the cocaine
hilarious.
guy, you guys. Come on. That's
Yeah.
funny. It is
Well, I
funny
mean,
how it's
like,
always that.
it was like, what if a dorm room opened up a business?
A dorm room from like I mean, our dorm room's still like that. Dude, like college age dudes still do, but like Reservoir Dogs and Scarface poster and all that.
Wow.
Belushi drinking the Jack
Probably, yeah.
Daniels. That's funny. You know what other business thing I was thinking of, and we have a couple here, and I was like, that's so weird. Everywhere I've ever gone, every veterinarian I've ever seen has a sign with a silhouette of a dog and a cat, and maybe other animals on, but always a silhouette of a dog and a cat in the logo. I mean, have you guys seen? You know what I mean? I feel like that's in every fucking veterinarian I've seen everywhere I've been.
Yeah, there's no veterinarians where it's a bearded dragon.
Right, but I mean, no, it's always, but it's, and that's fine. I don't care. Actually, we do have one here that takes care of him. I was told that, so I need to go that. But well, he's fine. But eventually, I'll go there when he gets sick. I don't know. Anyways,
I mean, I think the problem is if it's a silhouette of a bearded dragon, people will be like, "Hey, let's not go to that veterinarian. That cat looks ill.
Right.
That cat looks not right."
But my point isn't that it's not a bearded dragon, because sometimes there's other animals on there too, and I've seen ones that are like a dog and a cat, and then a horse, and I think one had a lizard and a bunny. But it's always silhouettes of animals, every single fucking one, like every single one of them.
That you have the problem.
Yeah, well, they all. I don't really have a problem. I just think it's weird that they all have the same thing. It's like that old joke I used to do about how every barbecue shop had a pig on the sign that's totally cool with what's going down inside. It's like. And that's still true too, you know.
Yeah.
You see that everywhere. And but I still love doing that bit, even though it's fucking like 12 years old. But because it's still true. But also, yeah, the vets thing. It's like every vet, it's a silhouette of a dog and a cat. Why is that? There's other pictures you could do.
Because that's who they get the most. It's like
Yeah, it's not about the animals.
Yeah.
No,
It's
not
not
the animals.
trying to
It's
be
always a silhouette, is what I'm saying. It's always like the same kind of silhouette picture of them. I don't care. I get why it's a dog and a cat, of course.
Is most
But like
places
silhouettes.
they're not like that competitive.
Right.
They're not like, oh, there's so many veterinarians here that we have to set ourselves apart from everyone else.
So they just
They're
do the same
like,
shit.
What's some way we could show someone that you know
Yes.
can't read
You're right.
that we're a veterinarian?
It's like just putting up a red cross if you're a medical clinic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. And you're probably right. And they just Google cheapest graphic designer. Be like, I need the veterinarian package.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, well, you can have a dog and a cat, or you can have a dog and a cat and a horse, or a dog and a cat and a horse and a bunny. Other animals, extra.
Guys, I gotta go to bed.
All right, cool. Oh yeah, it's super late there. All right, buddy. See you later.
Good to see you, Darren.
Seeing you guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that was
too.
great. Let's try and do it again
Chat
soon.
was so excited. They've been
They
missing
were.
out.
Good.
You are the star, baby.
No.
So
Never
just
said.
before. Sorry. Thanks, Darren.
Bye, Derek.
For everyone, I feel bad. I was trying to wrap things up, and when Darren was trying to say goodbye.
JSPX fan says first time Darren hasn't run out of battery. That does happen.
Yeah,
They just happen to Trevor a lot too, but that's not surprising.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say now?
Let's see. I was just talking about how tomorrow we have Trailer Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be there?
I'm
Or
not
no?
sure. I might not.
Might.
It's part
Okay.
2 of the music theme. Yes.
Yeah, the theme is, we just had so many submissions and we did kind of a short show. The theme was a threefold theme, or trailers with a music cover in it, or a remix, or the song that it has in the trailer has the name of the movie in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like how
To live and die in LA.
yeah. Or like
Oh, we've done it before. It's fine.
it's
there you go.
Schindler's List. He's got a list of people he's gonna save.
Oh,
It's
man.
Schindler's List. Zone of interest.
Or never be, never me, so I got the unforgiven.
Forgiven.
Is that in that movie?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen Unforgiven in a long time, but I'm gonna say no. That'd be amazing, though.
It would be amazing.
You got all these
I'll
old
say
men
this
and
right now. If someone edits a trailer for Unforgiven to the song Unforgiven, even if it's a fan-made trailer, I'm
We'll
gonna
unite the
watch
seal.
it.
Yeah, that'll be great. Sam and I sang that song in karaoke once in Ohio at a bar where they had an aquarium right next to the stage. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Never be ya, never see ya. Love
It's
that
those
song.
ahs that really make it.
Oh, it's the Hatfield effect.
Yeah. And
So
then
yeah,
next weekend, keep an eye out for the 24-hour Letters to Santa charity show from 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. 6 p.m. on the 16th to 6 p.m. on the 17th Pacific time. And I'm gonna promote it on my Instagram and stuff. And so
Are they streaming that on
So it's
like
Saturday
YouTube
night,
or on their
Sunday
website?
night.
Do you have to pay to watch the stream?
I think they're going to stream it on YouTube. You don't have to pay to watch the stream, but please donate. It's a good cause.
And last year they had Robert Smith, right?
Yeah, Robert Smith was
Oh,
there
wow.
last
Crazy.
year.
Yeah, Robert Smith
That's
did a
crazy.
whole set solo.
He did improv,
No,
or he performed. Okay,
music, yeah.
I
all right,
would love
Robert
if he
Smith,
did-
you're
yeah.
a gay fireman.
He's like, I've been working on some material for a long time.
You guys ever
They
notice how bad airplane food is?
They did almost. It was in the works, but I don't think it's going to happen. But there was a hot second there where it looked like they were going to get Dave Grohl to do stand up. So it's a really cool event.
He's still
Steve
my heart.
Albini will be there.
Explain Steve Albini to the young kids, because I don't know.
Yeah.
If they
To the young
understand.
kids, he is a musician slash record producer. He produced there's a band called Nirvana, and he produced their album In Utero, and famously didn't take points on it. They wanted him to be like, hey, you get points on this album, and he was like, nah, I just kind of did my job, and you just pay me what you pay me, and I'll move along.
He's like
with my life.
notoriously super chill.
And yeah, and so he didn't take points on it, and it was a very popular album, and so he basically quote unquote left millions of dollars on the table, but he like that's just he thought it was a bad idea, not bad like business decision, but bad like artistically for him as a producer to take points on it.
I don't think he ever does, right?
He also so he has a recording studio in Chicago. What's the name of the recording studio?
Oh, someone said Electrical Audio.
Yep. That's actually where, before he was a comedian, or maybe while he was a comedian, but Fred Armisen worked at Electric Audio at his studio, and that's how they Steve. I know Steve pretty well. I would not call him douchey at all. He's
you know him well because
very
Emily works with them, or
straightforward. Yeah. I've
cool.
stayed at his house before.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
He's a really good chef. He's also he's really into poker.
Oh, okay.
And has won the World Series poker for one of the games, like I think it's like 7-card stud or something like that.
Has he ever played against Shannon Elizabeth? Like, does he play on the celebrity circuit?
I don't think. I think just like
the actual
the actual poker circuit.
Do you think Steve Albini could be like neurodivergent? Do you think people read him wrong when they say he's douchey?
Yeah, I think I think he doesn't have that, like, he just doesn't like, he doesn't give a shit about stuff that other people give a shit about.
Mm.
And he's very like straightforward and matter of fact about stuff. He apparently like a an electronic musician wrote him a letter asking him to, if he could sample something from Shellac, which is band Shellac, and he wrote him a response that was like 2 pages, like a very long response that was just basically like, I just want you to know that like what you do, I don't think it's like music and like sampling stuff, and I just like I am like kind of opposed to this whole like that type of like sampling and remixes as a form of art. And but yeah, sure. And then the guy took that and then made a billboard out of his response.
In a good way?
Whoa.
In
That's
a like
crazy.
just funny way, in a like look at this crazy response I got.
Yeah, I've seen
He loves cats.
there was a thing back
also-
here in chat. I wanted
Also,
to see.
when my dog Party died, he
Mhm.
he texted me and was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry that you're going through this," and
Oh
it was
man.
very nice of him. And
Yeah.
have to do that.
Resident Evil says, I'm going to edit the Toy Story 4 trailer with Trevor, Timmy, and Sam singing We Got a Toy Story 4 over it. God, remember that? That was fun.
Oh yeah.
They made a Toy Story 4. Oh, man.
Those when I had time to make
We
YouTube
thought we're
reels.
done.
We were able to highlight that it's on
This-
YouTube reel.
Oh,
Said
okay.
they'd we gotta make one more, so we got a Toy Story 4.
Oh, man.
Yeah. We should start a Trailer Boys TikTok.
Does that mean I have to dance or do challenges where you clap and your
Yeah.
shirt changes or whatever?
Sure.
Don't they do that? You know what I mean?
You have
Yeah,
to go
sure,
through
that's
all
why
the
we would do
footage
it.
to find 1-minute segments to cut together.
Not
Yeah.
it.
Not
Hey,
it.
Repairman Action Heroes back says my severed fingers are doing much better nowadays.
Oh,
cool.
That's great.
Man,
Did
I
they come
happened
back?
upon. I just got super bummed out by Nate for a second. Well, I don't know, because that's a good question, because that's something we should always be checking, because humanity continues to evolve, and eventually someone out there is probably going to become Wolverine, and we're not going to know unless Nate asks questions like that. So that's important. So, Repairman Action Hero, what's up? Are your fingers still gone?
4 out of 4 joke, Nate.
Oh, is that how
That's
many
what he
fingers
said.
they have left?
That's from him too.
That's fucked
Yeah.
up. That's fucked up.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
his
from
full
him, yeah.
digits though. It was just the tips. Come on.
Dude, I don't know. That picture was fucking. You
Oh,
saw
yeah.
the picture,
It's
Dave.
it's a 4 out of 4 joke because you can't give it a 5 out of 5.
Right, because it's like, I mean, it was like this. It was bad news. Because he first said fingertips. And I thought, oh, it's like when a serial killer in a movie sands off their fingerprints.
I was.
But then he
with you on
posted a
that,
picture and it was like, oh, it's like that. It's like, oh. So Repairman, okay,
Yeah.
he says they didn't grow back. So that's too bad. Well, maybe
He's
next
one of those
time.
guys that give guys a bad name for doing just the tip thing.
Does he
So
use that joke?
someone's asking, are you typing with your nose? So Repairman, now fill us in. Like, do you have prosthetics or what's going on?
While we wait,
I-
I'll say
Yeah.
I did see.
It's like,
I did
okay,
see,
guys, I'm sorry.
An
What?
odd docu-series thing. I don't know if it was like YouTube, and it could have been fake, but it was like somebody cut their thumb off halfway through the nail, right? Like the bone and the thumb.
Ooh.
And so their brother-in-law worked in some lab, and they like took like a pig's liver and pulled out something of it, and it was like a powder, and they were like, put this powder on the wound every day, and it grew the whole thumb back.
What? Weird.
I don't know, maybe that was a dream.
Lobaka says, this is a good point. Lobaka says he still has his fingertips in a sense. They're just further down his fingers than normal. I mean, right, the fingers still end. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, so Repairman says, I have my thumbs and I'm on mobile, but I for sure still can't use a keyboard still. The bone is like directly under the new skin. I'm too like I'm not I'm not trying to brag when I say this, but I'm too imaginative for stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I can picture the pain. You know what I mean?
I've got
like when I used to say, what if you took a fresh piece of paper and just did that to the slit on the tip of your dick? And I could just even when I say it now, exactly, it's terrible. Why would you say that?
Yeah. I got a question
I used to say
for
a lot.
Repairman Action Hero. Have you seen those pornos with the monster MILF and the man boy? Do you know what site that is?
Well, this ties into a question Mythic asked Mythic asked that said, "Can you still masturbate?" Repairman says, "I have not."
Timmy.
What?
Life finds a way.
Repairman says, "I have." Well, that's Mythic. I'm just reading his question. Repairman says, "I have not." To Sam, enlighten me. Don't ask him to enlighten you. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wait.
It's come back around again, full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how that works. Well, Lydia makes a good point. Y'all jerking with your fingertips?
C-U-M.
That's right. Because when I jerk it, it's like, okay, so the tips are not involved, right? It's like it's knucks down. It's like this part, like, you know, the tips you don't. I'm trying to. I mean, I could turn around and check. The fingertips, yeah, I guess they're involved, but you can do it without.
Are you like a full grip guy?
Yeah, man, I fucking strangle that shit. I need the pressure. Wait, are you not? Just loosen it? What do you just loose?
I don't masturbate.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you're
yeah.
that you took the cloth.
I retain. I remember hearing a story when who's the guy from Massachusetts? Sam's
Ford.
laughing at something. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I don't know what Sam's
got
either.
something.
He's got it.
I found out what I was like. I remember that this was one of those sub-sites on a Reality Kings. And I was like, what is it? What is it called? What is it called?
I can't
And I'm going through and it's like, hot girl game, no. Sneaky sex, no. Teens love huge cocks, no. And then I found Lil Humpers. Yep, it's a site called Lil Humpers.
Like LIL'?
Yeah.
Oh,
Lil
no.
Humpers.
Is it something legal?
It
doesn't sound
it's
like
legal. Yeah. It's just the man boys with the monster MILFs.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean, man
the
boys?
the responses so far are good in chat. Fatty Addy says, I gotta go. Then right under that, Andy Mack says, gonna bookmark that. It's a wide range of emotions.
They're like
physical men,
the
but
man
emotional boys.
They're straight twinks, I would say. That's
okay.
They're like.
Straight twinks?
Yeah,
okay.
Straight twinks.
Abby Sally says Lil Humpers is my new girl band. That is a good, like a riot girl band, like a punk band of women. That's a great name. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I got stuff to do, guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna read one more chat thing. Punish Walrus says that feeling when you're looking for porn. Okay.
That was a porn
yeah.
joke that I was making.
Punish Walrus says that feeling when you're looking for porn, but not to jerk off, but just because you're trying to remember something bizarre you saw. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. Can we all agree that is a thing for sure?
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, man. Nate doesn't know that because he doesn't jerk off because he took the cloth. So, forget that. Thank you, Father. What?
You've done this
Yes.
before?
Okay,
Like, what
I've been
was that?
jerking off and then like be done and be like, wait, what the fuck was that? Yeah, for sure, man.
Okay.
I mean, just because okay, you get the cum out of the cum comes from your brain, then down to your balls and out your dick, right?
Obviously.
So you get the cum out of your brain,
Yeah.
and so now you're back to normal mode. You're not horny anymore, and then you see a weird thing on the internet, and so you're just like, what the fuck is this? And so you check it out, and it might happen to involve anal, but it's still just like a weird thing you're looking at that point because now you're temporarily, for me, very temporarily, not horny for a
During
second.
a refractory period.
Yeah, refractory
Okay.
period. Thank you. And you're just looking at something out of pure human interest, investigative, for your investigative sense. And it's just like, what is this? And it might be fart hammer, or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be able to resist the temptation. I'd be like, oh, we're going again. I wasn't even trying.
cum isn't stored in the balls, it's stored in the brain. You're right, Kala Lord, or however you pronounce your name. But it's like Nate and I when we decided a few months back on Trailer Boys that the balls are the cleavage of the dick, and so you should be able to show them the way you show cleavage.
I still agree. I still
Just
think
like
that's how it is.
underwear that just like have like pants that have like a little bit.
Yeah. My balls
Of
are
a
on my
hole?
Instagram feed. They still haven't gotten deleted.
You did what? You did what?
My balls are on my Instagram feed.
No.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. It's been like 3 years.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Abby Sally says, I've seen one of Nate's balls and I am still in therapy. Okay. Look.
Hey, maybe check out the other one. Maybe it'll cure you.
Yeah, true. Doe guy says the stream has to stop.
I think we're just
everyone's
getting
seen
started,
Sam's nuts
motherfucker.
too, though. Sam's nuts.
Yeah,
have been out
everyone's
there.
seen
Yeah,
nuts,
America's
yeah.
seen Sam's nuts. And
Yeah.
Argentina. And because we know they love it. Russia, there's those girls in Russia that loved us, remember?
Did you know that I found this out recently that the classroom, the dead teacher sketch,
Mm-hmm.
from season 5 that got cut from the show.
Oh, like the school shooting sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That isn't on our show, got cut at the last second, and so Songs of Olden Times played twice in that season, but in Argentina it aired with that sketch in it.
What? Because I've seen someone posted it not that long ago and it was a good quality. So I'm like, where the fuck did they get that? Wow.
How'd you find that out?
Yeah.
I saw it somewhere on the internet. I don't know.
Codependence has fucking cancel culture on amok. Well, that's the opposite of that. No, it actually went through somewhere. That's crazy. And listen, that sketch probably shouldn't have been on TV. I mean, it was it's kids shooting teachers. I mean, honestly, it's fine. But like, that's something that I understand why someone would maybe not want to put on TV. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that's
totally.
crazy. It's in Argentina.
But we made it in 2010 before school shootings were like such a thing. They're so popular now. They weren't as popular then.
Yeah. So we were kind of like hipsters about it. Like we were into school shootings
Yeah.
before they like were on like a major label.
Yeah.
That's a terrible thing to say. I now agree with the guy that said we should stop.
All right.
Tomorrow
so
night.
Let's raid somebody.
Mm.
Someone says vicious. What they say? Sin something. I don't know what they said. Not vicious sin. That sounds terrible. Is that what they said? They said something.
Who do you want to raid?
Wait.
Did we finish donos? No, I don't think we started.
Oh,
that.
there's
wait,
one.
fuck.
You know what? There's one I got to go back to because so code dependent. When he talked about the whole She-Ra doll thing, there's another piece of it that I missed, and so code dependent donated. I'll read both of them again so everybody gets the full story. Codependent, and this is the only one I didn't do. So Codependent donated 37 Australian, says, when I was in year 3 visiting my aunt in the city, and by the way, that means 3rd grade, you guys. She bought my sister a She-Ra doll. I didn't give it to her. I stole that fucking doll and licked it repeatedly. Oh, okay. So it was all a story, I think. The Codependent donated 42 Australian, thank you again, and said, and we read this one before, but now we know. Said, it's my sister's birthday. Can you say happy birthday to her and maybe apologize for me for stealing her She-Ra doll? So Wow.
Oh, literal.
I'm
doll
thinking he
licker.
actually stole the She-Ra doll, added the licking thing because of doll lickers. So
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean.
Oh, but who knows?
So, you know me, Vern. The boutique Blu-ray Reddit group today, we were talking about like, why the fuck isn't Ernest? Where are the Ernest movies? Where's an Ernest box set? And because the Disney's got it, I guess, and they fucking sit on
Really?
stuff. I
Yeah.
guess. Well,
It's in the
because it's
vault.
Touchstone, and Touchstone is Disney. And blah, 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 blah. And I just replied, someone's like, I want a 4K of Ernest Scared Stupid. I was like, I do not want to see the snot on those trolls in ultra high def because it was gross enough when we watched it on Vudu or whatever last month. So yeah. Anyways.
Okay, so other donos?
We're good. We're done. We're good.
We're done. We're good. Okay.
We're good. We're good. Go. Cut
We're
it. Cut it.
rating Forest of Wires. So see y'all tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.
I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go look up some of the stuff we talked about.
All right.
Steve Albini. I'm looking up Steve Albini.
Okay.